Yeah, so if y'all want, y'all can explore that room and go back to town.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. We want to go back to town anyway. Gives us a chance to kind of rally, communicate, do some like role playing with some of the town citizens about new things we've discovered and can talk about and share. You can try to drop some of the trauma you've had from almost dying.
Get over it.
Yeah.
From a shadow.
Whatever, man up. Human up.
We found that body with the tattoo, right? From the Thieves Guild.
We did.
Yes.
So we gotta discuss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely found one of the Osprey Club's missing people.
And there was no other indication on that body, right? That we could distinguish, like, features that we remember.
It's just a person from around town. Nobody y'all have probably seen before, since it's a Thieves Guild member.
Right.
So they tend to be pretty secretive. So
yeah, I just wasn't sure if we remembered any, if we saw any other distinguishing feature other than the tattoo.
The tattoo, and it looks like he was possibly like on the verge of malnutrition, definitely dehydrated. Looked like he'd been beat up a little bit and was killed by a single stab wound.
Yeah.
Ritual sacrifice.
And how many went missing? Was it 3?
There was 4 of them.
4.
Yeah.
Did we ever get descriptions of what they look like?
Rough descriptions. They're all human, and they're very bland-looking people.
L'Oreal, Shed, Ziscoli, and Colin. I think.
Sounds about right.
Did we want to bring the body back or to town for it to be interred there, or do we just want to?
I mean, we haven't brought any of the other bodies we found in this place back to town to be interred.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think this is one of the bodies we're actually looking for in terms of peoples. As far as I'm aware, all the other things that have died and left corpses inside of this dungeon weren't really people that we were kind of quested to find.
Well, the orc is the strongest person here, so it's up to him if he wants to carry the body.
I can see. Remember, the encumbrance situation for this game is a lot different than like D&D. Because you have to consider bulk, and I don't know what the bulk of a person is.
Fine, bro.
I don't know about Richard, but I know I didn't put any points in strength. I severely doubt.
Oh, I'm very strong. Like, don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
I severely doubt the witch and or goblin put any points in strength either.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is just because I'm strong doesn't mean like I can carry your body.
Right.
That's true.
But a medium-sized body is 6 bulk.
I think I might have 7 bulk free. Hold on, I'm just like loading it.
Yeah, and that's just like your like unencumbered. You can still like carry high.
Go over that. Yeah.
Also, it might be less than 6 bulk as it is emaciated and dehydrated and dead.
My limit with nothing, or like with plus 0 strength is 10. Or no penalties 5. Sorry, I have 2.5.
Where do you see the bulk
maybe
rating at?
It's under inventory
Inventory. Okay.
at the bottom.
My bulk is 6.3. And
Then when you're carrying
your bulk?
no, that says total bulk. Total bulk 6.3. Then I have no pen 5. Then limit 10. Is everything inside
I think you have. I think that you're partially encumbered then.
That's because you are listed as carrying like 50 alchemical items on you. You might need to clean that up a little bit.
Yes.
Under inventory, right?
Yeah.
Alright, my total bulk right now is 6.5. My limit is 14, my no penalty is 9. So I can carry it, but I carry it with the penalty. Which is what, Corey, like half movement or something?
Check.
And the other option is someone else can carry my backpack.
Yeah, if you are over your bulk limit, you are clumsy 1 and have a 10-foot penalty to speed.
I assume clumsy 1 is minus to dex, minus 1 to attack rolls.
Yeah, it's basically the dex penalty. So it's not a huge penalty, and I mean it's a body, so you know you could very easily just drop it.
Just drop it, yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna do that too. Or we could like 2 people carry it maybe as well. It's too burdensome.
Okay, yeah. Go and, well, do we want to explore this room a little bit? Do we want to, or do we want to wait?
We don't. I think we don't technically know this room has no threat, so we'll probably wait till we're leaving to grab the body.
Yeah, let me put a description back of that room real quick.
I guess it's like a little bit of meta knowledge that it's not, you know, that this place will be safe.
Yeah, we could just not do it and then just do it next session.
I mean, it's cool, whatever. I'm cool.
That is up to y'all.
Yeah. Carrying the body will put me over my
Also, keep in mind, that I'm recording right now as well. So there's no information. There'll be no information loss, but there'll be interaction loss.
Right.
I mean, both Reese and Jeff want to explore because it is
Well,
Like a piece of the puzzle.
but yeah.
so maybe what we can say at the very least is that the dwarf that almost died is going to sit in the corner and rest.
Yeah, I'll puppet him as needs be. All right, so room the Jeller in the description again is a large circular room.
Oh yeah, wait. Let me see. Let me get the map. Oh, can you link the map again?
Which I'll back up quick. Jeller, outskirts of the town. So there is a massive circular room about 30 feet across. anyway. There's a mummified, desiccated corpse of a purple worm, all slumped on the floor, and from about the center of the room is a ribbon of energy that is coming up through the floor and kind of spiraling around the room through the air before it touches the ceiling, and where it touches ceiling and floor, the stone writhes like it's in pain.
Is this the same? I'm guessing this is the same color as the gauntlet was emitting.
It is. It is like a ghostly blue-gray color.
And then there's another door in this same room.
There is another door heading out toward the east. Yes.
We're under the main building, correct?
You would guess. Let's see.
Well, I'm going to turn to the dwarves and just be like, whereabouts? Like, what part of the top part are we under?
Like,
are we
it's
under the
circular. So
lighthouse
is it part of the actual lighthouse? Because it looks like it's
That's what I'm wondering.
shaped
Yeah.
like the lighthouse would be. but just in
How
depth.
far away was the cave in from us?
It is. Y'all came by it when you first entered this floor.
That was a couple rooms ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's to the southeast of where we are.
Southeast, where we are.
So yeah, this would Thorin's best guess from like lots of experience of mapping out underground chambers and everything. Like, yeah, y'all are probably right under the lighthouse.
Yeah.
That
And
makes
that's
a lot of sense.
Especially
So
the shape,
Is
right?
the light coming from the floor?
Yeah, it looks like it's coming the way that the energy seems to be flowing. It's coming up through the floor and going up to the ceiling, and like every minute or so, there's like a pulse and a little flow of energy moves up the ribbon.
Similar to like you'd see like a Tesla coil type of electricity thing.
Something like that, yeah. It moves a lot slower than that.
And
You
you said it.
it's like this room is the origin, or is it coming through the
It looks like it's
ceiling
coming
floor
from somewhere below.
below?
And you said it flows through the room. Is it like just that it's moving, or is it a threat if we're actually staying in the room for any length of time?
It's not a threat if you stay like along the outskirts of the room, but it is kind of slowly coiling through the air. So if you were to walk carelessly through the center of the room, you might run into it.
Speaking of which, a news blurb came up on my news feed, and I wondered if the game was kind of bleeding into real life. There's like this like space lightning that the International Space Station captured right above New Orleans. That looks pretty much like the gauntlet that you described.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
No, as long as we don't have a giant Berman invasion, we'll be good.
That is the circle I put up is basically the danger zone there, where the energy is kind of coiling through the air. It's coming up out of the center of the floor.
Does it sizzle? Is it like a static or like an electric kind of energy, or
There's kind of a like thrum in the room whenever the energy passes through the ribbon, but it doesn't seem electric at all now.
but it distorts the space around it in a way?
Not the air, but the stone where it touches the floor and the ceiling. The stone seems to writhe as if it's in pain.
Interesting.
Does it seem to have any effect on the desiccated flesh?
Doesn't seem to be, no. It's not touching the worm directly, but the proximity doesn't seem to be having any effect on it.
How old is the worm? Is it a corpse, or is it I'm assuming it's
It's
not
a
alive.
corpse.
Yeah. Does it look like it's
Looks like it's been here for a while.
Yeah.
Is it obvious what potentially killed it?
Not immediately, no.
how would it have gotten in here? Is there like do they burrow or like all I see is small doors, and I'm assuming
Cave worms usually burrow, but Thorin taking a look at the stone substance of the floor, this is not like packed dirt. It is like thick, impermeable stone, and the worm wouldn't have been able to get through this.
So is it possible it was
conjured
blocked
into
here?
the
Conjured.
location.
Possible.
Shrunk.
You said this, the stone where the blue, where like the light is touching is like
Breathing.
writhing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In pain.
The best thing you can think of is it looks like it is if the stone were infected or in pain. Like it kind of ripples and bubbles a little bit, but not like it's melting, just like visually it is distorted.
We didn't see this above in the lighthouse itself, right? This is just
Now,
So-
when you say like in pain, like when like a creature is injured and it's kind of like stressed and
Stuttering.
inhaling
Yeah.
and exhaling and under duress.
Yeah, like the stone.
actually, is it actually like a physical effect? Is it like warping stone, or is it just
I don't know.
Maybe
like that?
Yeah, it seemed like skill check I
a
have.
occultism recall knowledge.
Okay, yeah.
Spirit Lord, give me anything?
Yeah, roll that too.
Got musico.
Musica's going off, going crazy.
Rage posted.
Right. Looking at it from occultism, it looks like this is a physical manifestation of pure void energy, basically warping physical space. So the stone itself is not actually like infected or in any pain, just like this little spot of reality is being injected with so much void energy. This is the best it can do to
That
kind of visually convey what's going on.
it's literally pain manifest. It's like void
It's like-
manifest.
Yeah. So it's like void energy, like it's like tearing reality apart.
So
Yeah.
wait, if Crawl jumps into that, could he become like a god?
Not a god, but Crawl, from taking a look at it, it like is vibrating on the same frequency that you do. Like you don't think it would hurt you at all to touch it.
Alright, I'll put my hand through it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my breath. Think of that.
You step forward, reach out and touch it, and you feel your wounds close.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It feels good. You feel bolstered and healed.
So let's not fight any undead in this room.
What you're saying is Crawl could be a tank because we now have infinite healing.
In this room,
That's
yes.
one room.
Well, I mean, we can come back afterwards.
As long as we're not
If need be,
fighting
we
other
can-
undead things.
As need be, we can drag him.
Just have to
Potentially.
pull everything into this room. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, we beat them up and then come back and then just let them take a bath and then we'll go back out again.
Oh, so I kind of wonder if the body. No, this was all sealed off. I kind of wonder if human flesh would become kind of desiccate it and dehydrate it and take on the aesthetic of what happened to the one.
Well, we got one of those.
What does
What were they called?
Do I-
Somethings.
But if I remember correctly,
Yes, one of those bodies.
the hallway, the hallway to this.
Yeah, but I mean, do I know what your void energy would do to a non-Cauldron body?
To a normal living person, like, yeah, if you touched it, it would hurt, and if you kept touching it, it would kill you.
Yeah.
What happens if you're
would
dead?
Would it like desiccate
Does
you,
it
or?
accelerate decay like it does? Like would flowers start to decay and die around it?
Yeah, it's basically the opposite of like vitality energy, so it would sap the life out of you and probably turn you into a desiccated husk.
Yeah, so it probably doesn't accelerate decay.
Mentally, it's usually, if you have a big font of power like this, usually as you get further away, it weakens,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
if we aren't at the source of this, I'm concerned with what is at the source of it.
Yeah, the source is down below in many layers down.
Yeah.
That's the big bad. We're feeling the energy of the big bad right now. All around.
Or maybe the reason why they built this here.
Kraldrak, as you are standing next to this ribbon, and like it's basically harmless to you, so it's kind of like brushing up against you. And the first time you touch it, you felt like a presence somewhere from below. And as you stand there, you can feel like some other creature's mind, and you can feel that it is an excruciating pain.
Oh, so the pain from the
There's
stone.
something connected to this power, everyone. I can feel it in its pain and torment.
It's like a trapped god.
Has it pulsed yet?
If you stand there for a moment, it'll pulse again, and it's happening like every minute or two.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens when it pulses.
If you're holding on to it while it pulses, as the pulse passes through, you get a flash of a body suspended in the air with the ribbon running through it, and you don't get any details of the figure, but they are screaming.
Yes.
I'm gonna relay that to the group.
Could we do like an occultism or religion check on that? Because that sounds like a trapped god of sorts. I kind of wonder if there's a pantheon that talks about like.
Yeah, I'll use the occultism rolls y'all have already made. It's only conjecture at this point, but the energy has to be coming from somewhere or feeding off of something, so they might be feeding people to this energy.
Exactly. It's hard to say whether this being that's in pain is being fed this energy, or if the energy is feeding off of this entity. But whatever it is in severe pain.
Can I inspect the purple worm and see if this? What
Get really close look from where I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the worm in the surrounding area, or around, but not near the ribbon. Make a circle of the room. Circuit.
All right, yeah, digging or looking around, the corpse itself looks like very, very old, not like quite mummified. The air down here has been pretty damp, so like mold and decay on this floor has been pretty common. The air in here is fairly dry because this room seems to be pretty well sealed. But this, at best guess, this thing's corpse has been down here for hundreds of years. Like, there is no moisture left to the flesh. It's all like chitin and bone and
So
withering.
well aged meat.
The meat is all gone. That decayed away a long time ago.
We're never gonna have breakfast.
Is there anything else in the exterior of the room, not towards the center, like areas where I can try to just evaluate the walls around?
The walls around here are smooth, and they look like similar to the walls of the lighthouse above, where whatever stone was used here was placed carefully enough that it looks like all a solid piece. And the stone here is incredibly tough.
And then the ceiling, how high is it before you have the ceiling?
The ceiling in here is about 10 feet tall.
Okay. And it's also stone?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. And then the light just goes right through the roof towards the first layer where we saw it go all the way up to the top of the lighthouse.
We didn't see the light on the first level.
Yeah, y'all didn't see any ribbon of light up on the first level, but this is the same kind of light that's coming from the cupola at the top of the lighthouse. So
Yeah.
after it comes through the floor here, it must get channeled through the whole structure somehow so that it doesn't just spin around the center. But yeah, it does seem to be flowing directly up into the lighthouse. Yeah, other than that, there's the room past the sarcophaguses you came through, and there's a door heading out to the east.
We want to go to the east. How are we going?
I think we should maybe seek some opinion that can help us better understand this.
Yeah, if we want to hold off investigating until
Is there something on the worm we can maybe take, like a stinger or scales or teeth?
I mean, if you want to dig into the carcass, you can do that.
I'm fine with that. Does it have a stinger?
No, it doesn't have a stinger. It's got like big teeth that are still remaining.
we should take at least one of the teeth so that we can show it'll be proof positive of what we saw.
Plus, we seem to have a habit of collecting teeth flesh, so...
I'm sure the teeth are huge. How big are the teeth? Are they like the size of a dagger or a sword?
Yeah, they're big teeth, so like foot and a half long each.
Man, I'll have to use that summon phase spell and get a tooth fairy. They go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we've been collecting teeth, so we might as well continue that trend.
Lose their minds.
Yeah, so you can examine the body, like the teeth come out without much trouble, just a little prying and they'll pop off. Digging around, like, to take a closer look at the body, like, its underbelly is mostly rotted away, so, like, if you poke at it, like, the desiccated skin there, like, breaks apart like spider webs. And Thorin, looking through, just, like, poking at the corpse, you could see something metallic on the inside of the body.
I will pull out some tools and try to get it out without reaching in myself.
Yeah, you can, like, you use a pry bar and, like, crack open some of the segments of the body. And looking inside, there is, like a nesting doll, a smaller skeleton inside of the big carcass.
Oh.
And it looks like the remains of a dwarf.
So,
We'll pull it out as best I can.
Yeah, the bones kind of pop apart a little bit as you're pulling it out, but you pull out like the arm and like finger bones that fall apart as they're gripping the remains of a warhammer.
Is there any iconography on the warhammer?
It has a rune carved on the side of it.
That's neat. But it's not like a heraldic warhammer or anything. Is there the clan dagger that I can see?
Let me make a roll. Wow, that's a good roll. Just a second. Yep, you do find also like you pull out some like bits of old decayed armor and a broken clan dagger from its belt, and the iconography on the clan dagger actually places this as a Hringar, a deep dwarf from the Darklands.
Okay, so not the missing innkeeper's kid.
No, definitely not. This is probably, if this worm died down here centuries ago, the dwarf was probably its last meal and was dead way before then.
True, but you can never be sure with magic.
Yeah, you don't recognize the clan markings, but you do recognize the style as like gray dwarves.
Well, I'll take it, and maybe Balin knows how to do the rites to lay it to rest. I don't know. He seems to care about that stuff.
Sure.
Of course, I'm taking the warrior too.
Of course.
Yeah, the Warhammer is simple. Y'all know what a +1 potency rune looks like by now, so it's just a +1 Warhammer.
Potency is the hit or the damage?
Yes. Potency is the hit, striking is the damage.
Okay.
Gotta find some wraps.
Or some striking.
What, striking runes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find some wraps, some hand wraps. I can't just carve a rune onto the back of my hand, you know?
I mean, we can.
Dude, tattoos.
Temporarily.
Okay, there's also tattoos. Henna, I guess. But more importantly, I'm going to listen to the door and see if there's anything that we can hear on the other side.
The eastern door.
Yes.
It is definitely quiet.
Now, there were sarcophagi right on the other side of this door in the hallway, right?
Yep.
Is there any information to try to identify who or what kind of culture or community or even species of would have built those?
They are pretty generic in construction. There's not a lot identifying on them. Like they're not like ancient Osirian style or anything like that. They're the lids on them are kind of like crudely carved in the shape of people.
I don't recall, but I don't think we searched them, right? I think
Y'all opened 2 of them.
Yeah,
Two
there's
of
a
them.
third
The
that we can
shadow,
still go
like,
by.
almost
Yeah, and
destroyed us.
Yeah.
And there was literally nothing, well, nothing but some decayed bits of the 2 that we opened, though.
I'm just going through my mind to figure out what the purpose or the connection between the sarcophagi and this room is. Like, were they designed to be guardians of this space?
The hallway lined with sarcophagi seems to be an area set aside for like honorable burial, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
This was behind a secret door, right? They had like covered it up, if I remember correctly.
Well, and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
the other hallway.
They
That
sealed
yeah,
it.
and they had the thing that there was like mud and clay of a big kind of altar that we broke apart to get to the door.
Yeah, there was like a mosaic, like fresco kind of thing on the wall, and it was partially covering the secret door.
Right. Then there was that conference room before, or something like that.
Yeah.
This door goes near the stairs, but probably forward the stairs down. Well, I think we should definitely search the other 4 sarcophagi.
I think that's correct, but I think it's best if you do it, just in case there's anything in there. Because I wonder if they're so close to this like massive void battery, if it can kind of permeate into that and kind of create undead in a way.
Maybe. I'll check the one the shade came out of.
Yeah, y'all opened that one already, and there's like a old desiccated body in there. The clothes on it were once pretty fine, and it seems to in shape kind of roughly match the shape of the shadow that y'all fought, but other than that it's just a centuries dead corpse.
Okay, I'll proceed to search some of the other sarcophagi as well.
Open each of them in turn, and the other 5 sarcophagi are all empty.
All empty, so this is the only one. Interesting.
Yep.
Well, good news.
Void
Our
energy.
party has 5 people in it.
Party doesn't have 5 people, we all have 5 resting spots.
Just in case y'all die down here.
PG.
Should you touch the stream, Reese, just to see what it's like, so you can report back?
I think that's probably a bad idea. Right?
Definitely
That's a bad idea, right?
It's a bad idea.
I mean, I kind of want to, but I don't think it's a bad idea.
You know, it's like if you see a pool of lava, you know not to touch that because that's also a bad idea.
You can touch it at least once.
It's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's like that kid that how hot to bring the Yellowstone years
Oh
back.
yeah, you're absolutely right. You always hear about a story about someone who jumps in.
He went to go touch it to see how hot it was. Slipped and fell in. And then his body dissolved 2 days.
Yeah.
They couldn't get him. They couldn't get his remains out before they dissolved. Whoops.
Oh,
That's a waste. It ruined the pH balance.
Alright, what y'all want to do from here?
Not touch the... Not touch the pure void energies.
Yeah, got that.
Yeah.
So either we can go forward, to the east or go back?
I think we have two rooms at least, four rooms at least that we didn't explore.
Yeah, we have at
So we
least.
got this east room on the circle. We got the north room where the shrine was that we smashed. Then we had the room where the guy escaped. Remember, he escaped to the southwest.
Yeah.
When we.
Oh yeah.
And there's actually a lot of small
door to
rooms.
the east on
There
that
was a
one
lot
as
of
well.
small rooms that can be investigated in there as well.
I think we might want to check out the east room here.
That way we don't forget
I
about
just
it
lead-
since we're here. Okay, I'm down for that.
We're here.
Yep.
Kind of like a hidden area. You can tell it hasn't been touched,
Yep.
right?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it might just it might also just like lead down further.
All right.
Well-
assume your position, Bailey.
I mean, you know, if it leads down further, we'll just not go down further. Alright, check for traps, and then let Bailey open the door. Actually, you should open the door, Crawl, because if you get damaged, you can just back up and heal yourself.
This is true. I can open the door.
That is true.
Good idea. I don't open doors. Click on them. Gary, guys.
Yeah, opening up on the other side, there's a short hallway leading to a T intersection. And
Look around.
yeah, from where you were at, it looks like it ends in walls. It looks like it ends in two dead ends.
Oh,
Anything above or below?
interesting. Yeah, can we like very carefully like inspect the walls there?
Feel the teams.
Yeah, because otherwise this is a weird room.
It would be weird, yeah.
Feel very.
Alright, Thorin, you got the magic dwarf sense. On the southern wall there, you were able to feel around for a moment, and you find two loose stones that when you push on them, depress a little bit, and pushing either one of them does nothing, but you push both of them at the same time, and a section of the wall slides open.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
It opens up into a small circular chamber. It is a plain circular room. It is empty. A single image of a moss-caked skull adorns the eastern wall.
Similar to what they...
Cake skull.
Like,
Let's take a look at that.
I feel like that was one of the. Why do I have to have two notebooks that I put the thing in? I'm such an idiot.
We make some player notes, dude. We have the player notes tab, so we can try.
I know. I need to do that. I should just type it in there. No one wants to read that shit though.
I pull it up all the time.
How to track what we're doing.
Okay, I'll just write it.
Yeah, Reese, you recall that the moss-covered skull is one of the symbols of Nimbeloth.
Nimble. Okay. I knew that was what it was. I just didn't know Nimble. I forgot Nimble.
so...
So that's all that there is in this room is just the moth. It's just the.
It's about 8 feet wide on diameter, and it is just a plain circular room, and on the eastern wall is a large carving of the skull with moss covered on it.
So, is this like an altar room then? It seems like a place where you have kind of a deity, or at least the representation or an avatar of that.
Icon, not avatar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any kind of worship room. Like it's plain other than that carving on the wall, but that's definitely the iconography you've come to expect of whatever this cult was. But it's plain room other than that.
Is there anything in the eyes of the skull or the mouth?
Empty sockets.
Well, last time we found something like this, there was a hidden door on the other side of that.
Does it look like there's something could be in the eyes and or mouth?
No, it's a carving, and the depressions for the eyes and the mouth are very shallow.
Okay, just want we need to find something and put it in. Let's go to this side now. Let's see what it's looking at.
On that side, it's a little more obvious. There is a rusty ring that's hanging near the wall. And if you pull on that, it opens a door in the next room. On the other side, there are broken down torture instruments lying in half-collapsed heaps around the floor. To the north slumps a ruined stretching rack. On the south side of the room where you enter, there's a pillory that is kind of collapsed onto the floor. Rusty tongs and chains, frayed and rotten whips and other implements lie on tottering shelves.
That was torture chamber.
Yeah. Torture chamber that has not seen use in a very long time.
Or Belcora's sex chamber. I guess they could be the same thing.
Anything else? Anything else of note?
And the doors.
There's a door immediately on the west wall, and there's a short hallway with a door leading out to the east.
And these gray things are the racks or whatnot that they would strap people onto.
The small rectangles there are like old wooden shelves with implements laid out on them. All the implements are rusted, and the shelves look like with a slight push they would collapse.
Everything looks decayed and or rusted.
Yeah, everything here is, it smells at least a little bit of mold. It's kind of wet. From somewhere off in the distance, you can hear banging noises for a moment, and then they stop.
Do you want to try to open that tiny door?
Tiny door.
I guess you have a door on the
tiny.
It looks. Oh, I guess it's a standard size for the form, but I guess you have the door on the left and the door on the right.
We should probably do the left. I think that one might not necessarily have as much
Rum. Yeah, unless it turns off or something. We'll see. I think we should open it.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of effort to force it open. The wood's all kind of swollen from moisture, but you put your shoulder into it and it pops open, and it opens into a hallway.
which does curve.
Yeah, it curves around to your right. You see a door come up immediately on your left, and then as it kind of U-turns back around toward the east, you can see another door at the end.
Yeah, this is. I anticipated it could do a turn like this and wind out.
It appears to just be a empty hallway. Smells slightly of mold.
Where do we want to go next?
Well, that's a good... Why don't we just keep going to the left?
All right. Well, this looks like there's something.
Okay. As you open the door, there's a ruined table and several destroyed chairs laying in a heap in the middle of the room, along with several large bones. Crawl, as you step across the threshold, the bones begin to shudder and slowly start to pull together.
Uh-oh. We do not want to pull into the room with the big... the big ray of... not radiant, of like void light.
I assume it's perception
Yeah.
time.
It's going very slowly, so you have a moment to react if you want to do something.
Grab the bones and keep it from, what's the word?
Are you coming in here to help me?
Assimilating?
Sure. Wait, no, that's not working. Let's try this. Damn it. There you go. Alright. Let's try to grab bones.
Alright, are y'all staying in the room?
The other option is just to close the door.
Look, that is right.
I guess that's true, but there's a door on the other side. We'll have to come into this room eventually.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll me initiative.
Okay, let's see. I'm assuming... Are we doing the perception initiative?
Yeah, perception.
How? Oh.
I'm always a bit cursed with that.
Alright. Alright, at the top of the initiative, the bones are kind of slowly rolling together and slowly kind of making a pile that looks like it's locking together into place.
It's like Katamari Damaski.
What's that?
Probably not Katamari.
Am I still in Feebled 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably more like a collapsing Wicker Man, but in reverse sort of thing. Can I go get a few bones and get them away from the pile?
You can attempt to, sure.
It might be charged with void energy.
Well, then we'll find out.
There are a lot of bones, and the bones that you see are large, like of a very big creature.
How big is this room?
15 feet by 20 feet.
Okay, so it could theoretically exist in this room.
Yeah. Yeah, you can grab like a couple of the bones. The pull bringing them together is kind of weak, but there's like hundreds of bones here. I don't think you could gather them fast enough to stop the thing from pulling together.
Oh, so it's
I'm
not
hoping
just...
to grab some major bones to greatly destabilize the final structure, sort of thing.
Let's see.
A load-bearing bone, if you will.
Make me. Do me a unarmed attack roll to try and snatch bones.
How do I do that? Action.
It would be the same attack as like your clan dagger, because unarmed strikes have finesse.
Okay.
That's handy.
Yeah, alright, you can snatch up like one of the major bones, you think like maybe a femur or something. A large tibia like the size of a club.
But, so, when you said there's hundreds of bones, is it all on one thing, or is this just a collection of assorted bones that are coming together?
It is a large collection of bones that are slowly drifting together.
Not necessarily from one corpse, but potentially many different skeletons.
Well, I guess that was one action. Moving with one action, can I do another mass collection?
Yeah, do it with multi-attack penalty. Hey, that's a good roll. Alright, yeah, you managed to snatch some of the larger bones, like a femur, a tibia, and you toss a couple of them out of the room, and once they cross through the door, they seem to stop moving. Cool.
I guess I should have that combat tracker.
Interesting. Once it left the room, huh?
Yeah, Crawl, do you have a tingling sensation in this room?
It does not seem to have any impact on the rest of the bones, like assembling themselves, but yeah, you snatched a couple of its bones away.
How much of it is swarmed though?
It's mostly just a pile of large bones at this point. You can see like a rib cage and like arms starting to lock together. It is not like standing itself up quite yet though.
Are you gonna punch the bones?
So I was looking up the shelf. I was trying to think about getting on the other side of it to shove it.
Oh, like to shove it entirely out the door?
Yeah.
Smart.
Can I try that? If enough of it's formed to try to...
It is... The body seems to be forming right around here in this area. So you, to like get over there and open the door and then get in a position to shove it through the door, you could probably grab a couple of bones like Thorin did and try and displace them, but
Okay, I'll do that.
it's not, it doesn't have enough of a coherent form yet to try and shove the whole mass
Okay, I'll try to do
without
something.
like a snow shovel or something.
Right. Backpack. Anybody has an open backpack, that'd be really good.
Balin might have a shield that you can just use to smack bones out with.
Yeah, is the head apparent?
As you're not yet, no.
Okay. I'll do the same thing. I'll walk over and try to grab a couple bones.
Okay.
toss him towards Reese.
Make a unarmed attack roll. You can use an action to get in your stance here too.
I think it'd be better. Yeah, can I flurry this? Probably not, because that's just an attack. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this isn't an attack. This is
Alright. I'll get into stance. I'll get into stance as well.
okay.
So I'll just try to grab one load.
That's a good roll.
Nice.
Wow. Nice. Roll.
Yeah, you grab another just large bone and chuck it aside from where all the assembling is happening.
When it finally reassembles, there's going to be a head and like a torso.
There's still a lot of bones.
Yeah. I think we're basically just able to like whittle it down before we have to fight it.
Yeah. Effectively, it'll start at like a.
I mean, maybe we get a leg and it's like immobilized or something.
That was my hope and or plan.
Reese, what's your action?
Oh god.
I never.
I can. What is an unarmed attack? Would be a dexterity roll.
You can use your dexterity. It would be since it's a finesse. So you dex plus your unarmed proficiency, which should probably be plus 4.
Yeah, plus 4. All right, I'll try to. Can I stand here and get it?
Yeah.
That way, Blim can get there. Okay. And I will try to unarmed strike it, I guess.
How do you add your unarmed proficiency to the?
It's listed in.
If you go pull up the item screen, and I think just fist is listed as an item, and if you add that to your inventory, it'll put it automatically there as a weapon.
Is that what I should do? Because I have in the combat. Click fight. I can see my own attack.
Add fist to you, add one to Reese. The other one. Oop.
It's agile and finesse. I can sneak attack with my fist.
I have a sling. Stab. Stab the same. Fist here.
Tried to add it to your sheet and it disappeared. There it goes.
Oh, there you go. Okay. That plus 6?
Yep, that should be right.
Okay.
Damn.
There we go. Figured it out.
Alright, you spend an action trying to grab at bones, and they either pull out of your hands or slip away from you before you can grab them.
I thought it was say +7, but my character sheet says +8. Oh, 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try throwing a ghost charge onto it to see if I can't disrupt maybe some of the energy that's trying to bond it together, assuming that that's like a type of undead or void type.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm just going to drop it inside. I guess I'll just roll it like normal, but I'm not going to target anything because I don't think there's anything that's targetable. So I'll let you add whatever needs to be added if there's anything.
Yeah, you can do some splash damage at least. Yeah, you're just trying to hit a general square, so that is good enough to hit a square. So let's see, Ghost Charge does Vitality Splash. Yeah, you just lob a bomb into the center of the bones as they're climbing up. What looks like a very large cow's skull is like climbing to the top of the pile. And it pops nearby, and like you hear some sizzling as it hits the bones.
Excellent.
Hi, Mr. Teddy Bear.
Hello. You'll be coming here pretty soon.
Also, I have somebody in my class that's a student teacher, and their name is Mr. Bear. And you're Mr. Teddy Bear.
Mr. Bear is an interesting name.
Is he not Uncle Teddy Bear?
Yeah, both.
Mr. Uncle Teddy Bear.
Mr. Uncle Teddy Bear. Let's see here. So is it assembled enough where I can try to make a skill check to figure out what is being assembled here?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be a religion.
Let me do that.
You're not sure, some kind of skeletal creature, but you don't know anything more specific than that. You're pretty sure it's going to be undead, whatever it is.
Yeah. Especially since the Ghost Charge seems to have worked on it.
Yep. It definitely had some kind of effect. Yeah, it splashes out over the bones, and it seems to slightly sizzle and have some kind of effect.
Okay, well, I'll make, let's see then. I'm probably gonna do that next move again, next turn then. I wonder if it's worth doing, spending to make another ghost potion now, or if I should just go ahead and, wait, I don't know what else I can do with my last...
Yeah, you should make it.
Okay.
Does he have to spend an action to make them? Or is it part of like the bomb?
You can spend an action to make them, but if you make them without one of the versatile vials, they only last until the end of your turn.
Okay, then I won't do that.
You can move if you want.
Let's see here. I'm in the doorway right now. This is where the pile is. So at this moment, still not doing anything. Okay, then I might... Let's see. So I'm here. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, right next to it.
No.
Right on top of it.
That is where the pile is forming.
Oh, is that right in the corner?
You got all up in it, dude.
No,
Yes.
no. Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
this
go down.
pile here near
Go
the
down.
door.
Yeah.
No, it is on the far end of the room.
Okay.
You could be inside of it, like a sort of like an armor.
Like that dwarf
around
was
you.
inside that worm? No, I prefer to not be right next to it.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say Balin moves up and prepares an action to swing on the thing when it forms.
Sounds like Balin.
Alright, at the top of the turn, the body finishes forming and creates
Good
a
job.
large minotaur-looking skeleton. As it forms, it slides a glaive, like an 8-foot tall glaive, out from under the table in the pile of
Why
refuse
didn't we
there.
look for the glaive, guys?
Never expect the glaive.
Alright, Balin is going to take his triggered action and swing on the creature. And he will hit and deal a decent amount of damage.
Nice.
Yeah, now that the creature is formed, it is definitely missing some vital bones and seems to be stumbling a bit. So for those successful snatches away from its body, I gave it clumsy 3.
Okay.
So it is staggering, and it is still standing and looking menacing and deadly, but it is definitely clumsy and unsure of its footing. Let's see. First thing, well, it's a dumb, unintelligent undead, so it's going to swing glaive on the person who just attacked it.
It's gonna kill Balin.
It's going to roll a natural 1.
Oh, nice.
Not so nice that it got a 13 with a natural 1.
Oh, no, that's not very nice.
No, a 13 with a natural 1 and a -3 to hit.
I mean, this is
So, it is pretty accurate.
So we just got to depend on it continuing to roll once.
Hopefully it has a bad critical miss.
After that, it's going to take... it rears back and swipes with its glaive. Why am I not targeting... Oh, that's Balin target brawl. It tries to swipe with its glaive and attack both Balin and Crawl at the same time.
Don't love that. Love that.
And it misses both of y'all completely. Alright, Thorin.
We got lucky that round, boys, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to pull out my...
You can flank it if you move two over.
Can I? 2 over here? How am I not
In
flanking?
the corner?
Oh.
Don't we trace a line through it, or do you have to be on like the other corner?
It's got to go the line through opposite sides.
Man.
Yeah. Yes, we can't actually flank it the way it is.
Cannot flank it where it is right now.
Yep. That's fine. I'm going to pull out my rapier and... Targeting it, right? Yes. Stab it.
What? Natural
20?
20? That's beautiful.
Alright.
Man.
Sadly, I don't have sneak attack on it, so...
It is very sad.
That'll do a good amount of damage there.
Oh my god.
First,
Jeez.
second, why not? Let's attack it a third, or well, I guess technically a second time. Probably miss.
That'll miss.
Alright. That's that.
Alright, my turn. Target this
Yep.
thing. Let her flurry this guy. So,
Punch.
my first attack, punching him in the face, bam, missing him.
I did not stab him in the face. I probably stabbed him in the
Actually,
femur
use my hero point on that.
or shin.
I think this thing can do some damage. Gonna miss him again, probably.
That's going to hit.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Okay. Yeah, I think his AC is reduced.
That's good.
Nice. 5 damage. For my second flurry. Miss him for sure. I'll do a third
critical miss.
attack. Critical miss at that. Do a third attack. And miss him again.
You needed 10 to hit him too. You missed him by 1
Yeah. Sure.
because you hit him on a 10.
Well, his third attack is lower bonus.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right.
modifiers. My first attack was a
Okay,
17.
-3. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Alright.
I mean,
Reese, bring it
Okay.
home.
So I'm going to use Needle of Vengeance on it. This target takes 2 mental damage anytime it uses a hostile action against the named creature. I'm going to name Brawldrak. With a... Or I'm going to name Thorin, actually.
Okay.
So anytime it uses a hostile action against Thorin, then it has to make a basic will save or take 2 mental damage. Like that. And then I am going to needle dart it.
Did you? Okay, never mind.
Huh?
Looks like you applied it to yourself. I think that's just.
Oh, did I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
if you
Um,
did.
Yeah,
Okay.
you applied it to yourself.
Okay.
I can fix that real quick.
It has spell reflect
I
on it.
had it. Yeah. Oh no. And then I'm also going to use needle darts on it.
You think an 8-foot glaive could reach you where you are?
It's like it has more than enough reach.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Looked like it was cocked. Okay.
A digital
Well-
die.
Well, I think that is that then.
Oh, I guess it's my turn. I'm gonna attempt to actually smack it in the face with one of these ghost charges now that I can actually see what it is all assembled together.
Okay.
Come on. Roll high.
Oh man,
I'm gonna use a
so
hero
bad.
point.
Okay.
Okay, I click on it again. Is that what I do? Double click? Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that's what I should have done. Oh, I
Okay.
should have written the 2.
Alright, that's right.
Ah!
Why does it play with our emotions? They went from 1 to 19 to 3.
Oh, Lord.
Digital dice are so painful. Man.
I know.
It's got to troll us like that. It stayed on that 19 for about a half second.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's one action.
Okay, dang, okay.
Does he do a
Did
splash?
you do splash damage with that or no?
Yeah, that's just a regular miss, so it'll do splash damage.
Okay, let's see. And then I could attempt to do that again with the, what, I would click on the, yes?
And you
Oh, yeah,
said MH.
yeah, let me finish my turn really quick. Okay, I just click on the next one, that's the, if I want to attempt to do that again, the +2.
Yep. Oh, no.
79?
How did you
Minus 79.
Minus 79. What the hell?
Whoa.
Okay, no, that should have been a.
Modifier.
Beyond max range.
It certainly shouldn't be. It's definitely within range. That would be a 21, which would hit. Just go ahead and roll damage.
Think we found a bug.
Wow.
Down the bug. Minus 98.
Wow.
Okay, so 3 damage, but I think since it hit, it also has an effect of enfeebling it.
Yeah, did you. Alright, so that's good.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think you did splash damage for the first one either.
I'll go ahead and add the splash damage in. It's also enfeebled. Not to phlegm. Damn it. Alright, so you got one action left.
I'm going to try to... Can I try to do...
It sounds like when you hit it.
what I'm going to do is I have in my inventory one of these elixirs of life miners that I previously made. I'm going to hand it out. I'm going to hand it out so that Crawl can take it if he wants it.
Okay. So you can pull it out and hold it out.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling like we're going to need some healing. Okay, let me find out what else he wants. I'll be right back.
Alright.
I don't think we're gonna get through this next series of attacks unscathed. I think the first one.
Probably doesn't have
Let's
flukes.
see.
Well, if Balin can kill it.
Well, he's gonna just make a regular attack. It's a skeleton, so he's gonna try and smash it. And roll a natural 1.
There we go. He returned the favor.
Make his turn real simple. He hits it with the second attack.
Heyo.
And then he's gonna raise his shield for his last action.
That makes sense.
Probably good.
Good. Alright, on its turn. Alright. Let's see, roll. Who are we attacking? Yep, we're attacking Kraldrak.
Alright.
Probably should have put it on Kraldrak then. I just figured Thorin did so much damage.
I think he just randomized it.
That's gonna be a hit.
1d6 is a hit. Thankfully not a crit. Close, I'm sure.
11 damage.
11 damage.
Then it is going to swipe again at Balin and Crawl. And
Me, miss him.
hit and miss Balin.
Well, to be
This
fair,
actually isn't horrible. This does a lot more damage though. Okay,
Good,
good.
and you take that off of Balin. Alright, that's its actions.
I guess I will. Huh. Guess I'll stab it again.
Ooh. The ones, dude. What are up with these ones?
Alright, let's hit a point.
Alright.
Well, better than 1.
That's it. Chipping away.
That's second attack. Yeah. Don't really know what else to do. It's faint. Sure, I'll try fainting.
You successfully faint. You passed out.
Oh, you should have done that first.
Yeah, I don't. Current turn. Wait, never mind.
Don't open with that.
Yeah. Thought I was deleting my next turn. Oh well.
Yes, I see you begging to go outside. Alright, Kraldrak.
Alright, Otari is going to flurry this guy again. This time with much more success. Myself targeted, I do. Alright, not bad.
Hit.
Starts with a hit. Minimum damage.
Minimum damage.
Dice rolls are freaking amazing tonight. second attack. Bam! Nice 4, miss. And then I guess we'll just do the third attack and go for 20 or something. Oh, we didn't get a 10. Alright, fast and easy. Reese. It's digital dice, man. They roll like garbage.
I am going to. I'm going to force barrage it.
Oh, I guess I had an action left. I'll get an elixir of life out of my backpack.
Okay, yeah, Flynn holding one out too, so you can just take it from his hand.
Yeah, been at 10 minutes. Wave goodbye. Camera's there.
Force barrage, I can use a 3. How do I
10, wave goodbye.
do?
Bye. Good night.
Said bye.
Should I just roll this 3 times? I'm going to make all 3 actions.
For each additional action. So for 3 actions, you get 3 shots. So yeah, you just roll the damage 3 times. Axe.
Ooh, max one
Damage
2.
twice. Yeah, so you blast pieces of it apart, and it is staggering, but it's still standing.
That is my turn.
Okay.
13 damage.
That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm still targeted. Yep, let's see if I can't end it now with a ghost charge. Yeah!
Yeah. Why do you have that penalty? What is going on there? You are 10 feet away. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Gotta be doing. There's gotta be some weird interaction with how he's targeting.
You're rolling just a D8.
What else am I supposed to roll?
On the ghost charges line, you can click on the damage line and it'll roll damage from there.
Okay. Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah, just double click that.
Yeah. Most things have.
There you go. It is
some
the
strats that you probably don't really. Actually, it looks like you do a D8 plus
Probably
1.
don't roll 8 plus 1, yeah.
Oh, because of the crit?
Yeah.
Because it does the splash damage as well. So yeah, you lob that center mass and it blows the skeleton to pieces.
Right smack in its face.
Alright, it collapses to the floor. It is a pile of bones with bits of armor and a big glaive.
Yeah, that's a huge glaive. How did we not see that ahead of time? We were focused on throwing the bones out. Someone should have thrown the glaive out the door.
Y'all were very focused on the bones. It is a medium-sized blade, so it's wielding it like a tiny spear.
Yeah, we were so focused on the bones, we didn't look actually look around the rest of the room.
No.
So it's a regular sized glaive.
It is a regular-sized glaive.
Oh, so I can technically use that.
You could.
It's probably not an agile iron or finesse weapon, though.
Hello? Oh, stop that. The hell was that?
I don't know, it sounded like some music.
Right? What the hell? Alright. Quick break. Let me go let the dogs out before they pee on everywhere.
Okay.
Like
Be back in 5 minutes.
You had a good time at the wedding, Jeff?
I did. Yeah, we both had a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah, I thought we kind of just like, I mean, I know this isn't about you, but we kind of dipped on Stephen and Rich, but
Yeah,
we're trying to get out of it. It was like, the point where it's like, all right, we just gotta, but yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Hey
I
there.
think you're mute. I think you're muted, Al.
You're gonna take.
You have to take yourself off mute. I don't know how. We can't hear you. Now we can't see you either.
You're gonna take your dad's role. You can be the purple person, the purple people eater.
Something to show everybody.
Okay. What is it?
What you see is not what you think.
Okay.
Look. You know do you notice anything different that you don't normally do with the regular pen?
It has one of those things at the top that you can use to mark on iPads. Like a digital pen. Can't quite see what you're doing. Looks like maybe...
Do you not see it? It's in front of your face.
It's very blurry when it's so close to the camera, though. Is it the thing going up and down?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the thing that puts it in the page. It's not the eraser that gets pushed.
Neat.
Does that pen erase?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I used to love
That's why it clicks on this side. So then it doesn't disturb the eraser.
Come on, maybe.
What?
Yeah, you see all the monsters? Which one's the scariest?
This one.
We don't know which one you're pointing to. You have to describe it.
The one that you're on. The one that looks like a goblin.
That makes sense.
Not the blue one.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's true. Uncle Teddy Bear is the scariest one.
That's me. Yeah.
Not to be harsh or mean, but it looks ugly.
That it does.
Who does?
Uncle Teddy Bear.
Oh,
Well, his icon
he's
is...
That's
pretty
my
scary.
That's my character, Flim Flam Boom.
Say goodbye. He disappeared.
Did you up on it as well?
Oh, it was a good time.
I inadvertently started the cocktail trend.
Yes, that is the official cocktail for Joe's wedding. Although I don't think Richard drank it, and probably not Amanda yet either. Either.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
I just thought I just love cherries and cocktails. I was like, oh, this would probably be pretty good.
I mean, cherries are always good.
All right. Back. All right.
Search around. Is there anything else of note in the room?
There is a glaive, and you're able to piece together the armor bits that on the body and get a functional suit of half plate armor.
Oh, nice. Might be for Balin, for Chan.
I think he's the only one that might be wearing that, yes.
Half plate's a pretty decent suit of armor. He's wearing currently.
I'm actually surprised.
He does not currently have heavy armor proficiency.
Oh.
Okay.
But proficiency. So I guess no one can wear it, and I don't think I have heavy armor proficiency.
What's that? Glaives?
No. Yeah, only have light armor. I do have martial weapons, so I can actually use the glaive, but it's not great for me.
Yeah, you want to
Yes.
that's a weapon. Alright, there's the door you all came in, and another door heading out to the west.
So how are y'all feeling about continuing left?
I mean, I'm okay. I just have one spell left, one spell slot. I have Enfeeble left. That's about it.
We should probably go back and let
Go to the
Crawl
We can go to the read.
bathe. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man, we should all get this.
Mm.
We all should have been void creatures.
Maybe at a spell we can do that. Fix that.
Alright, which
Maybe
way
if
y'all
you
going?
join me in the beam, you will become
Let me
void.
get homeboy to do medicine check on you.
On me?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to.
I'm gonna go bathe in the light.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, after a few rounds of doing so, it's you get the creepy feeling of echoing pain, but after a few moments you are healed up. Alright, so... Alright, so where are y'all going from there?
Did that body go back to town? Maybe we take a little breather, come back?
Yeah, we can do that. Let me do a little bit of some like role playing in town.
Well, we did find a pretty crazy, significant room, I think.
Alright, are y'all backtracking, or are you trying to go loop around and come back at the stairs?
I think we're backtracking so we can grab the body. I think we're also carrying the body back.
Alright. Pull y'all off the map. Alright, so y'all go back to the shrine room with the broken shrine. Fetch the body, sacrament body, and go up these stairs. You, I assume, close the secret door behind you that you came in.
Yeah.
Alright, and you make your way upstairs and exit through the house up front. Right. On your way back, you exit the gatehouse and begin the walk down the road back toward town, and maybe about 50 feet away, you see a flash and hear a bang, and there is a fight happening ahead.
And this is outside of Otari.
This is maybe 50 feet south of the Gauntlet.
Oh, from the Gauntlet.
Should we pull up a map, the Gauntlet map, or?
No need. How do y'all respond?
So fight. So when you say, is it a vocal? Is it a vocal altercation that you can hear, or is it?
See a flash when y'all come out. It is the sun's a little past midday.
It's still bright.
It's still bright outside, but even in the daylight, you can see a flash up ahead, like around the corner, and hear a bang and like a kind of gurgling shriek.
Well, definitely investigate that. I'm assuming it's in the distance, or it's past fog, or...
Yeah, for sure.
It's a little foggy out here, even in the middle of the day. You can see a little bit up ahead. As you come up, there is a figure standing in the middle of the road with a wand poised toward the swamp, and off to the side you can see one of those large saber-toothed frog creatures that is kind of half in the mud and is frozen and has one of its legs cracked off and looks very dead. And the figure is Rin Savinci, who is, when she sees you approach, like, tucks her wand away and says, "Oh, good, there you are." And she looks very, like, her attitude changes quickly when she sees Kraldrak with a body slung over his shoulder.
What? Slug's giving you trouble?
Something like that. I was kind of trying to build up the gumption to come check on how things are going here. Just swamp creatures.
Oh,
Uh,
we definitely had.
we found a very powerful
Definitely
note
good news.
of negative energy.
And we now have breakfast, although I guess it's going to be iced.
When y'all get up on it, like, part of it is iced from some kind of frost magic, but it's also got, like, numerous holes punched in it from something else.
Right.
Well, who is that? Who's the body?
Judging by the tattoo,
Member of the Thieves
we're
Guild.
thinking they might be one of the missing thief members.
Ah, damn.
So we're gonna return the body back for identification.
He was slumped in front of a
It's like a
statue
mural.
to Belcora made of bones.
Cora.
And it looks like he was just stabbed to death with one practiced
Yeah,
thrust.
ritualistic killing.
Sacrifice?
Yeah.
Strange. Belcora's not a
Seemed that
god.
way. There's definitely an altar that, though it was crude, made of bones, it did look like some of the other iconography that we saw of her.
And then behind that altar was a passageway that went to a huge moat of negative energy light, the same that comes from the gaunt light.
She like stares past y'all at the gaunt light and looks like she's considering something for a moment, and then like turns back toward town and says, "Let's go back."
And you had shared, Crawl, that you got the impressions of an entity in pain. Is that... I forget if that's something you could relate or not.
I think he said he did, but
Yeah.
And do purple worms have any particular use in your line of work?
Purple worms. Did you see one down there?
Yeah.
Did
Long
you-
dead.
Oh.
It was huge, though. We extracted a tooth just to show the scale of it.
That's a relief that it's dead. They're not native to anywhere near here, and that would be incredibly dangerous if they were.
We did find a dwarf in its gullet. A dead one.
That's sad.
There seems to be some conduit of void energy, a very strong void energy flowing up from somewhere below and going up into the lighthouse, which is what is giving that eerie glow. The stone where it was coming through was bubbling and like writhing almost. It was pretty
I would say that
disturbing.
I enter it and feel immense pain. And I would get images of a body suspended in the beam, writhing in agony.
We kind of suspect that anyone who enters it would feel immense pain, just as well.
It was quite welcoming.
For you.
It was like a day at the spa.
She kind of looks at Crawl curiously, like, okay.
He has a connection to void energy. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to heal him rather than hurt him, like similar to a lot of undead.
Interesting.
However, the divine
Yeah,
energy
still
seems
hurt.
separate.
Is that so? Like, really? Huh. That, from what I understand, that shouldn't be possible.
For me?
Yes, for you in particular.
Yes.
I mean, she kind of like looks around a little bit while y'all are walking back down the road. You're still like a few minutes outside of town. She's like, you are. Forgive me if I'm overstepping bounds with this, but you're a dusk walker, right?
Would call me that, yes.
You are. You're plain touched.
Correct. I've spent some time in the boneyard.
That's. And your body is attuned to void energies.
After I returned, yes.
Huh.
Not always this way.
He doesn't really like it when you heal him.
No, I suppose you wouldn't. Duskwalkers are usually very antithetical to void energies. It would be very unusual for psychopomps to have brought you back in a manner that would have made that possible. That's very strange. I've never heard of anything like that before. That's very curious.
I don't exactly know everything about it myself.
I imagine you wouldn't. Must have something to do with your previous life that I suppose you wouldn't remember.
I don't remember much. I do remember some.
Interesting. Well, the Lady of Grave must have some task for you then.
I think that is why I'm here. The birds. Always the birds. And glad that Sig.
He, like shrugs his wings. He like leans down to Reese like, does he think I'm some kind of like harbinger of Pharasma or something?
I don't know. Probably. Don't want to go to your head though. Are you a harbinger for Esma?
Yeah?
Or are you letting it go to your head?
I guess either.
I don't. No, I don't think that you're a harbinger for Esma now.
Okay. Would I know if I was?
I don't know. Would you?
Why
Are you a harbinger for any of the other divine entities?
Not that I know of. I mean, calm.
Mm-hmm. The gods do work in mysterious ways. That's why it's best to ignore them. Just get on with it.
He kind of ruffled his feathers a little bit, and he's like, I don't think I care for that.
I mean, we know where you come from, Sig. I mean, you're well, grandma's.
Oh, well. Yeah, I suppose.
No, unless grandma is somehow creating harbingers of Pharasma, which I don't think that she is.
I like how you have to quantify it where you don't think. Yeah, it's like she's definitely not. No.
Grandma's she's kind of mysterious. She likes to keep her mysteries.
I'd also think that if Erasma wanted one of her birds as harbingers, it's not like she would be able to do much about it.
I guess.
Probably true.
Like all gods.
Yeah, they have more trouble than they're worth.
Shame Richie's not here for that interaction, but moving on.
I'm sure he would agree.
All right, y'all pass by the Standing Stones camp where all the druids and Ghostward pilgrims take up residence and walk back into town. And it is still early afternoon at this point, so town's not very busy, and it is the middle of the week, so most of the lumber workers and fishermen are out and about, so town's not quite deserted, but half the town is out doing work right now, so town's pretty quiet.
Maybe the first thing we should do is drop off the body.
Probably so.
Yeah,
It's probably good that we came at this time when we won't have a lot of people be, a lot of people spying on us.
We still gotta work for this fireworks display sabotage quest too.
I know. We gotta see how that investigation's going. There's so much like politics that happen in such a town that it's not a small town, but it's not a large town.
People vying for power and industry.
Yeah.
It's not a huge town, but it is a lot of high value production.
A lot of players.
Yeah.
Complete side note about power plays. I heard today that Trump has feared a lot of the major law firms in Washington. That would potentially be basically levying lawsuits against the Trump administration for all these wrongful terminations to federal governments by threatening to deny any work that they have with the federal government that he would suspend it. So basically, you're still going to get these lawsuits that are about, but all of the major law firms in DC that would normally do it are like on the record saying they're not going to touch it. Off the record, they're like, this is egregious. This has to be litigated and sued, but we're not touching it because they would lose too much money to file the litigation because they would lose all the work they have with government entities.
But that's like the definition of a crime.
But based off of the ruling,
incredibly illegal.
But based off of the ruling the Supreme Court just recently did, he can't be charged with a crime in the capacity of acting as a president.
Well, it doesn't matter how illegal it is if literally no one is willing to actually call on it. That's in any branch of government. So, yeah. Everything's legal now for him.
So what you're saying is this fantasy world that's rife with like all sorts of corruption is still way more flowery and fantastical than the world we actually live in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I wish I lived in this town. It's way more stable.
No, all they do is disrupt the fireworks display.
I know. Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna say
the monsters are like actual evil, like monsters and gods and stuff.
Right.
I mean,
that's like that here that we can actually fight back and resist and defeat the evil creatures.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're still just as much monstrous in this world. We just can't fight them as easily.
Yeah. Right.
With that said, I think we should go and deliver this body.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't want it stinking up the place.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna stink.
What's worse, Strahd or Trump?
Trump.
Strahd or Trump?
Yeah, Trump for sure.
We know there's things that can keep Strahd away.
Because Trump is real.
Well, that and we know they can actually stop Strahd.
The best place for y'all to probably deliver the body to is directly to the graveyard. There should be Pharasman priests down there that would take it and handle funerary rites.
You don't think we should bring it to the inn first? Is it the
For doing identification.
I mean, that is probably against health codes.
If you want to parade through the middle of town with a corpse, that is certainly a thing you could do.
I guess we could
I think
drop
we should
it off.
probably
and-
bring her to the funeral rites and then go get the Thieves
then-
Guild and bring her to the graveyard.
Well, to be fair, we could journey northeast to the main entrance or one of the main entrances, which would then bring us, I guess, through town with the body. We would pass by the Crook's Nook on our way to the graveyard. Oh, then we'd have to walk up. Oh, never mind. I forgot about the cliff.
Yeah.
Or we could just go around down into the graveyard without ever entering town.
And we can go get what's her name?
Yeah, maybe that's the thing to do. We bring it towards where the funeral rites are, and then go get her and let her know that there's a corpse.
Then we go get her and bring her to
Yeah,
the body.
there's a corpse that potentially needs identification.
All right, that makes sense. I'll carry the body, Reeks. You go fetch Yinsmara.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Bring her to the graveyard.
Let's go do this. So I'll go with Reese to go fetch Belcora.
Yasmera.
Oh,
Don't bring Valcora to the town. Yeah, Yasmera. We're trying to stop the atrocities, not cause them.
You don't want to be the ambassador, the liaison.
All right, so
Undead
you
want to destroy the world? Not particularly.
you deposit the body with the Pharasman priests, and they ask some quick questions about the circumstances of death. They do not seem to have a strong response to the fact that this person was a ritual sacrifice, but they kind of nod and say that they will take care of the preparations.
Excellent. In the interim,
Do you know what you should be doing for this person? And I'll show the ritual dagger.
For what now?
One of the deep dwarves as well. I don't know if they have particular rituals that you know of.
no. That might be something Balin might even know better.
Maybe, but these are death priests, so Balin
that's
is
fair.
not.
Clan daggers, if possible, could be returned to the clan
That makes sense. So
in lieu of the body being returned.
the body is not going to be returned.
Yeah, and you know that this is Grey Dwarves down in the Darkland, so that's probably not practical.
Fair enough.
It'd be one thing if they were gonna stick it in the postal service and mail it to High Helm, but there's not exactly anybody that goes down to the Darklands for regular postal services.
Well, I'll hold on to it anyway in case we do come across one, because we probably will be going further down.
You know that, yeah. It's up-
Put it in the mail just to the Dark Dwarves. Just
well, that's
we'll get a letter back.
that's our liaison point there. That's going to be our connection point. This is it's
Are they
Chekhov's.
normally- are
It's
they-
Chekhov's dagger.
Are they good? Are they evil? Are they people?
They're people. They'd be distant relations of the dwarves, like surface-dwelling dwarves. They're basically dwarves that never followed the quest for Sky and stayed down in the Darklands.
I mean, do they tend to be like hostile?
Life in the Darklands tends to be harsh, and culturally, there's a tendency toward things like slavery.
Okay.
They're not inherently evil, but their society is definitely a little more harsh. In some
Not not good. Yeah.
So you said it's Deep Dwarf Clan Dagger?
I'll put a thing on your character sheet for it.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna put that in so I can remember. And actually, we spent time in town. I'll try to repair it, or at least preserve it.
Well, we got a lot of stuff we need to sell too.
Because I'm pretty good at crafting.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is the middle of the day when y'all get back to town, so y'all got...
Oh yeah, let's go get, let's go to, is it the Crow's Nest? What is it? It's...
Yeah,
Crook's Nook.
You should probably get the Crook's Nook first.
Yeah, let's go.
Y'all head down to Crook's Nook, and Yin Yasmira is actually at the bar out front, and looks like she's going over ledgers or something on the bar. And the place is empty when y'all get in there, but as you come inside, she like glances up and closes notebooks, gathers up some papers, and says, "Gentlemen, business or pleasure?"
Maybe a little bit of both. Business first, though. We came across.
Unfortunately.
We came across a potential body that you might want to try to identify. That might be one of your members.
Employees.
They had the Osprey Club tattoo.
But
Would get a physical description?
I mean, we actually brought the body back so that you can actually see the state of it, but very hungered and desiccated, and it looks like they were killed as a ritual sacrifice to something on the second layer of the structure in the swamp.
I will try to describe the body without the various
Yeah.
torments. So maybe that.
Yeah.
Because it's unlikely they were desiccated and emaciated before they left, so that's not going to help her.
Let's see. There'd be a blonde man, a redhead, a dark-haired man, and a dark-haired half-elf among them. So I assume you saw a mark on the body somewhere.
Yeah. And where was the mark on? Was it on the arm?
I think it was on the shoulder.
Shoulder?
Right.
Red hair, scar on the chin.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
That'll be Colin.
Ah, poor Colin.
Poor Colin. R.I.P.
She flips open one of the books and grabs like an ink pen and makes a long scratch out line across one of the pages and then slaps it shut.
Maybe we can have an ale for Colin, or whatever he likes to drink. You know.
She, without saying anything, grabs a few mugs and pours some ale and sets them on the bar.
The priests have him. Perhaps
That's the right move. I'll get word to, he's got a cousin.
Yes, that way they can honor him with appropriate rites.
Probably tell Skylar.
Yeah. He had a pet pig, you know.
Make good bacon.
See, she actually opens up the notebook and like looks back down a few lines. Let's see. Tabble. Show.
Although,
Yeah, he has a cousin, some other families in Maravon that the cousin comes down sometimes. I'll pass word along to them.
I do wonder, is there any kind of magic that allows us to speak with the dead? Maybe we could use...
You'd have to go to the Dawnflower Library for that. I don't deal in magic.
There was the fact that it was several of them spotted going to the Drake's lair, but he was not amongst found in the Drake's lair.
No sign of the other three yet?
No, that's the first of the four we've come across.
We didn't go into the Drake's lair, so if they survived or didn't survive that. There's also a bunch of, do we know that they're Morlocks? I know we saw the, okay. There's also a bunch of Morlocks that we fought, and they seem to have been the ones that had at least captured Colin.
Yeah, they were in the same layer at least, so same region, same area.
Whether or not it was them that actually sacrificed him, don't know, but they almost assuredly were the ones that held him prisoner.
Well, so, if you see any sign of the other three, just let me know.
We will.
She drains the mug and sets it down behind the bars. Well, unless you gents want something to eat, then I have some business to get back to, I'm afraid.
Oh, as much as I love to eat here, I think there's some business we need to handle up before we leave town.
Yeah, maybe later.
And then I'll turn to Reese. I'm like, we should investigate to see if we can extract any information from the corpse. If there's like a ceremony or a ritual or something.
We can go see Bandy and I don't know if she can do that, but it's worth asking her at least.
Yeah, I mean,
if not, she'll probably know who can.
Because that might give us a good, powerful lead on where his compatriots are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, otherwise we just investigate. I mean, it could just be a dead end, but could be a potential source of information.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we can find that is really good to do.
Oh, let's go to the. Is it at the library then?
Yep. Yeah. That's the. Yep.
Yeah, let's go there then.
All right. The library is a short walk away from where you're at, so you pass by the Rowdy Rockfish.
Is it very rowdy at this time?
It never is.
It never is. It's one of those things, you name yourself the thing you want to be known as. Like, if you're in car sales, you're like, Honest Jake.
Y'all head down Dawnflower Street to the library, and it is open for business. There are not very many people in there, but there are several people in priestly garb, mostly yellow and orange robes and raiments that would signify priests of Sarenrae. A handful of people in more like sedate outfits for like librarians and non-clergy people who work here.
Which one's Sarenrae?
The Sarenrae is the sun and healing goddess.
Makes sense.
Are good gods to be blessed by before descending into like the darkness below.
Well, I mean, sun and healing is probably likely a very popular god amongst normal people.
Oh, it's surface dwellers, yeah.
I think.
Sarenrae is one of the more common and popular deities.
I think in this area, maybe a sea god and or a forest god would be probably popular as well. The druids at the Stone Ring Pond.
I do wonder how the druids feel about the lumber business that occurs in the town.
We probably should. I feel like they were trying to talk to us. Like Werlo was trying to talk to us one time, and we kind of blew her off. So maybe we should
follow up.
Yeah.
That's not
if I remember correctly. I think we kind of were like, "Oh, we're busy. Sorry."
Bye.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what insight she might have, but it just might be useful to talk to. But I'm gonna look around. Is Vandy around?
Yeah, you look around for a little bit. You ask just like one of the random clerks that's like putting books back on the shelves, and tell you, "Oh yeah, I saw her a few minutes ago down in the stacks near the shrine back over there. She should still be around there." Yeah, you walk down through the library stacks, and yep, there is a short, platinum blonde halfling in the orange and yellow robes of Sarenrae with like a big white stole, signifying she's the head priest here, and she is looks like she is looking for something in the stacks and sees like glances your way and says, "Oh, Reese, right?"
Yep.
Yes, good to see you. Good to see you. What can I do for you all?
We there's a lot. There's kind of a lot of that. Well,
Rin, to make it short, the short version. Rin stopped by this morning and filled me in on the basics of what you've all been doing.
Because I was going to say, we need you to, we need to ask if you can talk to a corpse. But I felt that would open up a question. So I'm trying to figure out where the simplest place to start.
See, that is, I'm glad I know the lead up to that. Whose corpse?
Collins.
Colin from the Osprey Club, if you are familiar with him.
No, can't say I've ever met him, but that's that is powerful magic. It is beyond me personally. And even if it was not more powerful than I'm capable of conjuring, it's not a very common spell. I saw a Pharasman priest a few years ago who could do it, but it's pretty rare magic.
Usually when something's rare, it's also expensive, Ben.
Rare means expensive when you're talking about magic, for sure.
Yeah.
That's not in my purview. You could ask some of the Pharasmans up at the graveyard, but I don't think that that's in their power either. Most of them just acolytes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we figured it was just worth a shot.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, the only reason was that his other three compatriots are missing, so just looking for a lead on where we might be able to find them. Big shot in the dark.
Well, I wish that I could help.
Should we go get go back to Crawl?
Oh, crawled in.
The grave room.
Yeah.
The body.
Yeah. Corey
Yeah.
is speak with dead. Kind of trying to look for the spells here. Is that something that that one of my family might know?
Talking Corpse is the name of the spell in Pathfinder. It is also an occult spell. Could potentially try to tap one of the family members and see if they could make that happen.
See what? Okay. 4th level. Ooh, hell.
It's a high level spell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of sheep it. Do I know anyone in the family that is that? Is there someone that has that's powerful?
If somebody in your family does know that spell, they have never used it around you.
Okay. Trying to gauge the power level of yeah, because I don't know. I don't necessarily expect them to be able to do that level. So I'll kind of sheepishly mention to the group when we're like after we've left the hearing range of the priests. Someone in my family might know, but I'm not sure. And I don't know if they can. I don't know what they would ask.
Why don't you go ask your family?
I could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise we just keep investigating like we had been.
I'm gonna investigate on how to get a piece of cloth to wrap around my hands.
We're probably in a good place.
If you already have the root, you just need the cloth, and you just transfer the root to the cloth. Is the cloth essentially?
Your main impediment right now is you would need the cash to buy the base item, which is like 35 gold.
That's what I was reading. Like, is it actually 35 gold for the base item? Since the base rune is 35 gold.
Yeah.
The base item is 35 gold.
Yeah.
Is the cloth at 0 if you already have the rune? You just transfer the rune? Or is the
You
cloth
would
or the rune?
because of the way the cloth works, you need somebody to like craft the base item to make it, which is the base cost of the rune. So hand wraps and like bracers of armor are both items that work very similarly. Like they are base items that are just holding a rune.
Gotcha.
But you need to be able to craft the base item. So like with any just normal weapon, you could add a rune to.
I did a quick Google search on it because it's like this gray area for the hand wraps since there is no base item. But like a rune itself is 35 gold.
Yeah.
So like
And y'all have
a
a
costing 35 gold is kind of a like gray area.
Yeah, a bit. I have something in line for that. So
Okay, no worries.
don't sweat it too much.
I'm not gonna sweat it too much then.
All right.
Did we want to go to the Druids next and try to follow up with them?
Yeah, we can. I don't know anything specific, but we could just tell them what's going on. I mean, we're not entirely sure who to
Are we
trust.
putting this whole town on high alert?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they should.
We're starting
be
to talk to
on
a lot
high
of
alert.
people. Which
We
I
did
know
talk to
in the beginning there was a little subterfuge there. We weren't really telling anyone.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I'm not saying we
Yeah,
necessarily
I think-
tell everything to the druids, but you had mentioned
And I'm
that
sure
they had
this
maybe a quest
weaponsmith
lead for
guy
us.
is going to get. He's going to start questioning like how we can bring back this Halls
I-
and loot to sell to him.
I think that everyone is going to know that we are exploring the Gauntlet. Like, they will probably know this pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's something we can't
Rumors
really
are
keep
going to
on the wrap,
spread
so-
quick in a town this size.
Well, definitely not when we tell everyone.
Right. Well, I think my point is that I think anyone that is interested, it will be able to find out whether or not we directly tell them. It's going to be like we're kind of going to and from and returning with loot, and like stuff is happening.
Loot and
You know,
bodies, corpses.
We should sell what we have that we don't want.
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Do we know what Richard
Yeah.
would want, so we can ensure
I
that?
don't think he would use the glaive. I don't know. He might use the warhammer though. I don't know what he's using.
I think he does. I think he does have a warhammer already. I think it's like a crystal warhammer or something, though.
Yeah, it's a special Warhammer.
Yeah. So a +1 warhammer doesn't do him much good.
I think he's already had one of the +1 runes stuck on his
Oh,
warhammer.
gotcha.
Yeah, this is our third or fourth +1 rune. I think this is our
Yeah.
fourth +1 rune. So, and I have a +1 weapon, and he has a +1 weapon, and we're the only two people in this game, or in this group, that actually use weapons.
It's just like a thing where it's like I'm gonna have like a +1 sling and a +1 staff.
Yeah.
I'm-
I mean, I would like to get a +1 crossbow before we start giving you like a +1
Oh, that's
staff,
fine.
but
I'm just saying we get so many that like I can even be decked out.
eventually, because we do have between us 4 +1 items.
If I tie a dagger on wood rope and then I throw the +1 dagger. Do I get it set the -100 penalty for being out of position?
Minus 98.
It's
Fucking fantasy grounds.
it's got to be just reading him in some
Like,
insane.
rather than not letting you do the attack, it just applies a -100
Yeah.
modifier.
Beyond max range. It says beyond max range -100.
So wait, if he had hit a 20, it crits, right?
At that point,
I
actually,
think-
no. You can. If you have enough of a penalty, you can roll a 20 and not get a critical hit.
And just not hit.
Yeah, you could. If, a 20, natural 1 and natural 20 upgrade your success or downgrade it 1. So if you would normally, with the thing you roll, miss, you get a hit.
Yeah, so for instance, in this case, I feel like max range
That's
minus
interesting,
100
actually, look back.
is if I
His
want to
first
throw a
modifier-
dagger into the moon. Like, oh, I see it right there.
Yeah.
Try to
His
hit the
first modifier was
moon.
-98, and his second modifier was -93. So he got closer. You know, his
Yeah.
range improved.
Weird. I wonder what the. I don't think you can see the calculations here.
You get D20 -93.
Well, yeah, but if it breaks down, I guess it
Even
breaks
further
down.
than that, I don't
I guess it does break down where everything in the little
Oh,
chat
you know what
box.
it is? You know why the other one was bigger? It's because it was his second attack.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because you see how it's beyond max range, so it's a -100 that applies. And then he only had +7 to the attack, which is why it's -93.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. Funny.
Too funny.
Alright, so, Druid?
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else that we need to do in here? Did we want to follow up with the town guard, find out if there's any movement on the investigation?
It has been a few hours since the last
Oh
time we
yeah,
talked
so
to him.
yeah, it does not matter.
Yeah. If we walk in and be like, hey, how's it going? He's gonna be rather cross with us.
He's gonna club one of y'all and throw you in the river.
He's so much
Wait, you know how that
slower.
little brownie told us that the gauntlet can shoot souls or ghosts?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly that's coming from the void energy.
Yeah.
He's just taking the souls out of those individuals and then using it, weaponizing it.
It's possible, but there's definitely some mystical mumbo jumbo going on with the way the
Yeah.
mirrors
We
are.
do have the soul gem, and I think we have a suitable vessel for it as well. But I don't know exactly what that would do if we put it in there. But that is also a thing that we can mess around with.
What's a safe way to mess around with that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know
Does
what
your
it's gonna
family
do.
have? Does your family have access to like a lab space where you could play around with dangerous things without being like subjected to it?
Yeah, it's called the swamp.
Did you make this funny though?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So
Yeah,
we
I don't
do
think I had
think
to-
that the warlocks are the mushroom eyed people.
I
Seems
think,
appropriate.
yeah.
Didn't we take
think
one of their
that
heads or
was
something and go
why-
show to the?
Yeah, because we could have talked to that guy too. We could have pulled up one of the corpses and brought it to ask.
Yeah, because I do kind of
if we
remember
do that
like
next foray into the.
Oh, yeah.
I think we took a head or
Yeah.
something of one of the mushroom-eyed people. We definitely took a part to go upstairs to show them off, but then we explored a little bit more so first.
Yeah, that's right.
So I do think we took a head.
Alright, if you want to go talk to the druids, do you want to go around the long way through town or just go up the switchbacks to the graveyard?
It will take the long way through town. See the people.
What people? They're all gone.
Few people.
Yeah, this town's.
The blacksmith is at his armory pounding away.
Oh, we gotta sell stuff to
Oh,
him.
yeah.
So this is perfect. Got some gems that you can put in weapons and stuff.
Yeah, you want to sell some stuff. You get some things you can liquidate.
We have 4 daggers. We have a glaive we're probably not going to use. Is anyone going to use this half plate? What does Balin use?
Medium armor.
Yeah, you won't be able to use it.
You should want to wear some heavy armor there. Help protect you, buddy.
No. I don't think that I could,
Walk in it.
I could walk in it, yeah. Don't.
See, half plate. Yeah, if you don't have at least a +3 strength, you get a -3 check penalty to skills and -10 to speed.
So there is a spell called Animated Assault, where I can manipulate unintended objects in the area and temporarily animate them to attack. But I can't get it just yet.
That basically just creates a whirlwind of junk.
You
Yeah.
want to carry this half plate around, like
Probably.
I'll throw it, and then you'll animate it midair.
I mean, that would be pretty cool to like carry like around the suit of armor for the people who do that.
Yeet.
A little, it's a little excessive, but you know, it is cool.
Alright, y'all take the long way around and eventually come up to the standing stones by the stone ring pond. And this time of day there are very few people there. There's Whirlywind is there, hanging out with a very large seabird that she seems to be like chopping up some pieces of fish to feed to. And other than that, there's a few pilgrims who are hanging around. It looked like they were going about like daily chores, like cleaning up stuff. A couple of them look like they're packing up. Not many people around this time of day. But there's a lot of pilgrims that stay here, so people will come in the evenings, camp for the night, and then pack up. So around this time of day, there's a minimal number of people here.
Well, that might be good. I'll
Yeah,
just,
she
greet her.
Yeah, she spots y'all as you come up. Here, I'll post a picture here.
You know, it's the one that's by the ring.
Yeah, she is she's a short person, little over 3 feet tall. She has got bright green hair, and she is very clearly a gnome. She just kind of, wave green. Seeing y'all come up from a distance, she like waves at y'all, and as y'all are clearly coming up toward the pond, she like dusts her hands off and tosses the rest of the fish to the bird, and it like hops off and flies on the top of one of the standing stones. And
Quick aside, the picture is actually included in the description, which is pretty cool, of the stone ring pond.
Thank you. I took a bunch of time to include all those things. Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh. Okay.
Well, I don't know if you know what we've been up to.
I mean, I've seen y'all going back and forth out in the fog fen, so unless you are smuggling or hunting, I can guess what you're up to.
Well, we're not smuggling or hunting.
Digging around the ruins.
I mean, we are exploration.
We are hunting, just
Well, investigating.
we're not successfully getting any meat.
I'm sure you've noticed it's been illuminating at night.
Yeah.
I have.
And we've had multiple townsfolk who have gone missing over the span of the last couple of months. Right? The dwarf, and then since then a group of what was it, Colin and
Osprey Club.
Yeah, from the Osprey Club.
I hadn't heard about anybody from the Osprey Club, but everybody's heard about Lazda.
Some smugglers, more or less, from the Osprey Club have been missing for a while. We found one of them.
Yeah, you probably saw us bring the body in while on the way to town.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which was Colin.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh, we did. You have dealings with the Fae, right?
On occasion.
Well, there's a kingdom of mythlets that have made their way up from the
Underground?
Darklands, or at least further down below.
She kind of grimaces at that. Oh.
Yeah, we kind of whipped him into line, but I don't know. Perhaps a druid might have a good chance of diplomacy with them, I guess.
I could try. They're unpredictable and not very smart.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, if you strong arm them a little bit, they'll stay in line.
Yeah, we had to.
I don't doubt it. They squatting in the ruins up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, not surprising. It's
It
either
seems like
kobolds or gremlins, or it's always something there.
yeah.
But it's my choice, though.
Yeah, we think that something down in the Darklands is pushing all these creatures out and up. We also came across some warlocks. And
Fleeing as well.
we also found the body of a giant purple cave worm that had been dead for. It seems to have been dead for a long time. But still,
That's unfortunate, but I mean that's good. Something like that would be very dangerous around. They're not native.
It just seems
Yeah.
like things that are very deep down, something's kind of encouraged them to come more surface level.
I mean, we always suspected that there was more going on Gauntlet. It's disturbing to think that it goes that deep.
What do you know about Gauntlet?
Oh, I've never been there. Just old nursery rhymes and folk tales. Like it was here before the town, so.
Seems to be very expansive beneath the ground.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's ever explored more than just the ruins, and generally people keep away from it. It's haunted.
Understand why? It is haunted.
Yeah.
it is.
That is very true.
It's not just rumors. I mean, maybe I suspect that they've probably become more active recently with whatever is causing that
Yeah.
blow. But
Well, and I think for most people, even the hunters and rangers that go out in the swamp, just the fact that the will-o-wisps seem to hang around there as much as they do is enough to keep most people away.
oh, there's also a swamp drake. I don't know
There
if you know
is?
that. There is, yeah.
You've seen it?
I think we did. Did we? We definitely have seen evidence of it, and we've heard many.
Did we just
we've
infer
heard
it?
some references from the other denizens.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I've seen leftover signs of predation that could hint at something that big, but I've never seen the beast itself.
I think we kind of narrowed down its the location, its layer a little bit at least.
Well, be careful with those things. They are crafty and smart and dangerous. If there is one there, it's done a good job for a while of not being seen. And any of you speak Draconic?
Let's see here. Which of the tabs would that be on?
Be on your notes tab, languages there. 10, you've not picked your languages.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I do. I do.
Okay, they do speak. They're intelligent creatures, so
Okay.
you might be able to talk to it.
just be careful, because they are predators, and if you stumble in its territory, it might not take very kindly to that.
Yeah, we think we definitely want to avoid hostilities with it.
If you do stumble into their territory, can you potentially like negotiate or give it like offerings to leave?
I mean, it's a drake. You could try if it's willing to speak. There was she looks like real awkward for a second. There was something a favor I wanted to ask you all.
Oh, okay.
You're going out into the fog fen and into the ruins, and the odds are very low, but what do you know about Len Lathanar and his wife?
That the guy who's keeps saying his wife was killed by werewolves.
Yeah, that's one. And she was. Ayla was killed about 30 years ago now, and not just by werewolves, but a very specific werewolf. And he lumps druids and Gozran worshippers in with that, thinks that we hid the werewolf and let him escape.
Hmm. Did you?
No, not. I was younger then, but I was here when that happened. And the man's name was Jal Mesman. He was kind of an outsider in town here, but he was from Otari. And from somewhere he contracted lycanthropy, and he killed a few people. And Ayla Lathanar was one of them, and Len has not gotten over it since then. So,
Yeah.
if you see any sign of Jal anywhere, it's been decades. When originally he was never caught, but he was found out, and he got chased down to the cliffside where he fell off the edge into the bay.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen any sign of him since then, but Len is convinced that he's still alive and is really wanting some closure there.
Do you know if he has any reason to think that Mesman is still alive?
It could just be
grieving paranoia.
It could just be grief, but it's not like he'll talk to me about it. I'm not exactly one of Lennon's favorite people.
I mean, I'm willing to go talk to him.
Just if you see any signs of werewolves at all, or of Jal, just if you could let me know.
What would be good signs that we could look out for?
I mean, any wolves in the area. Wolves are not really common in Fog Fen, so.
Ayla, AYLA.
And how do you deal with werewolves?
You heard me, Joe?
Yeah.
Silver, usual.
Oh, AYLA. No E. No. Great. O-E. I just pulled up like Lynn's little bio here.
Oh, you doing player notes?
No, you just go to like, I just found, Otari Market, and it has kind of a little brief description, and Lynn's the guy that runs it.
All the pins have all the common town knowledge on
Yeah, I know. I've noticed.
It's really useful, actually.
I love, and then you can click on the images.
This is the nicest thing about Fantasy Grounds, by far for me, is the ability to cross-reference all your notes and just pull up all the information as you go along.
Like a year ago, I was one of the people who was looking for Joel, and I know what all his old hunting grounds used to be, and I haven't seen any signs of anything that would be him in years, but...
Where would you hunt?
Out in the fog fen, usually, or in the countryside in the hinterlands.
And he get like den or anything?
Not that I know of. I'm kind of at a loss.
Did he himself have any telltale signs when he was hunting or around, or just general signs of lycanthropy?
The problem is that most of the time when they're staying out in the wilds, they're not leaving any signs that would be difficult from that'd be different from normal animal behavior.
Right.
So when they hunt, it's hard to tell what is doing the hunting. A werewolf would be difficult to differentiate from a normal wolf in their hunting patterns, unless they start coming into town and killing people, which happened a couple of times with Joel.
Oh no.
So at this point, definitely the closure that Len wants is to see Joel dead. I suspect that he did, in fact, survive falling from the cliff. We never found any body. I also have not found any signs of him in all these years. So, just, you're going out there. If you see something, I would appreciate you letting me.
Sure. But a werewolf effectively looks no different than a standard wolf, but maybe with more intelligence. Is the intelligence maintained, or...
Depending on how his condition is manifesting, and it is influenced by the moon phases, so he might just look like a normal person, or maybe a wild man if he's been living out in the wilderness by himself. I can't imagine what kind of state he's in now.
Yeah, that would have been 30 years, right?
This removed from society for 30 years. I have to assume.
Yeah, and not just removed from society, chased out of society, like...
Yeah, and I think she kind of sighs a little bit, like, putting him down would be as much a mercy for him as for any potential victims. So...
Can you give us a description of what he looks like? Or what he looked like, 20, 30 years ago?
Last time, from what I remember of him, he's a human man. He, like I said, he lived in the outskirts back then even, so he got away without being found out for a very long time, because the main people he interacted with were lumber workers and hunters. So human man, I'd say about, she points to Crawl Draco, about your size. Yeah, dark hair. He used to keep a long beard. And he's a survivalist, a woodsman, so he'd probably be dressed in furs or leathers. If he hasn't gone completely feral by now, I don't know.
Oh, so he worked for the lumber yards before he had turned?
No, he was a hunter. If it would be his closest profession, he was just kind of one of the people who lived out in the hinterlands.
And just brought back pelts and meats and things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he only came in maybe every few months. He'd trap animals and bring back pelts and meat for trade and thing, but yeah, he didn't come into town very often, just bad timing, I guess. He lost control and killed a few people. Len seems to think he was purposefully stalking and murdering people, but I think if that was the case, he'd have come back any time in the last 30 years to try it again.
Why would she believe that?
Len would believe that because he is grieving and angry.
So she thinks that those people had done something wrong to him. Were they the ones who chased him off?
I mean, it's Len's wife that was killed, and
oh, yeah.
That I think that grief clouds his judgment.
That's fair.
Even to this day, 30 years later.
Yes. Regardless of whether his judgment is clouded or not, if Jawl is still around, he is a threat. So if you find any sign of him or any other werewolves, that is of particular interest to me, and I would appreciate letting.
Now,
How
is it contagious? How does
lycanthropy?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how might one avoid becoming?
Don't get bitten.
Okay.
It's a disease. Bloodborne, usually.
And if you are bitten, is there any remedy to that, or is it just?
Yeah, there's a few magical remedies and poultices of wolfsbane. Slim would certainly know. Wolfsbane is very poisonous. So, yeah, if you were to... The typical assumption is to ingest wolfsbane, and yeah, that might cure it if it doesn't kill you.
Yeah, that's how you cure it. He's like, surprise, you're not a werewolf anymore. You're just dead.
Death is the cure for a lot of diseases.
You're just dead.
But
If you think about it, a lot of diseases cure themselves.
You no longer have the disease.
Werewolves are very tough, so if you do see any signs of them, I would suggest silver weapons or some silver sheen oil.
I'm going to get silver needles.
We should probably. Who has silver sheen oil around here?
You could talk to Magaloy.
I also can make a silver salve. I actually have that. So you can slather this silvery paste onto one melee or ranged weapon, or 10 pieces of ammunition. Silver salve spoils quickly, so you must use a vial all at once. For the next hour, the weapon or ammunition counts as silver instead of its normal precious material, such as cold iron or any physical damage it deals.
Yeah, we have an alchemist of our own.
That's a...
Yeah, that he can probably only do that temporarily. I imagine.
Yeah.
Which is good, but
It would be nice to have something just like that that's permanent that we can keep in a backpack, just in case.
Yeah, if you got that on your formulas, you can just make that.
Yeah. It would just be whatever the... yeah. I do. I have it on my formulas. It's one of my level 2 formulas that I have. I took Silver Salve and Cat's Eye Elixir.
Good. Smart.
Yeah, it is good to have options for the things like silver weapon, cold iron, and stuff, because that's how a lot of resistance is.
Would I just pour that on my fists?
Silver fist.
and
Actually, I think as you level up, eventually your fists will count as silver.
should look into getting silver and cold iron needles.
You use like a blowgun?
Oh, you use actual needles that you're.
Yeah, I have them, and when I think it's like 3 or 4 of them, and I basically throw them all, and then they like return to me. But I actually use the spell uses
Needles.
like actual needles, and you can get you can use like different materials of them.
You should consider doing that.
Yeah. Who would sell that?
I'll put silver coin down if they're actually silver.
Item, perchance.
Probably the blacksmith, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know how to smith, yeah. Especially if they only have the one smith in town, because then the blacksmith is your general smither. Because sometimes you'll have
needles for sewing and seamstress stuff in this town, right?
Yeah, I think for the spell, you just need like some chunks of different metals, and the spell shapes it into needles. Added that
Now,
to your
in order
side quest.
for silver, can you like smelt silver coins down, or is silver coin not pure silver? Is it like a composition of other things?
The weapons grade silver that's used to make silver weapons is like an alloy.
That's what I figured. I figured what coins were minted out of is probably a different composition in terms of its purity level than what you'd need for like doing damage to magical entities weak against a more pure version.
Yeah, and there's even for like weapons, there's different grades of the standard materials. Because if you're using plain steel weapons, you can attach any level of runes on. But if you have a weapon that is a special material, the higher you go, you need to get pure material to attach runes to it.
Yeah, so the spell says you shape 3 needles out of a piece of metal in your possession and send them flying in a tight group.
There you go. So you just need the metal. That's
Yeah.
easy. Corey, do you have a list of all the side quests posted somewhere?
On Discord?
Oh, on Discord. Oh, that's right. That in the channel. I was looking at Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, there's a quest tracker
Yes,
channel
yes,
on
yes.
Discord.
I didn't recall it.
But to discover what happened to
Excellent.
Inyazmir's
I think that's the
voyage,
information we
like,
needed to get from the Druid.
One check.
Yeah, I could have 4 checks on it.
That is likely what you recall.
Names, yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'll chat with Whirlwind for a little bit.
Is there?
What do y'all do?
I guess the last other thing is there at least a approximate region that would be likely where wolves or werewolves would dwell at? I imagine it wouldn't necessarily be in the swamps, would it be more like in the forested areas around town?
She'll pull out a map of like all of the island, and she points out a few places around the island, like mostly in the hinterlands, like miles north of here. The next closest town is Maravon, up in the Immenwood, and she points out some places in the hinterlands in the Immenwood where like wolves are native, and she checks those areas pretty regularly. But not anywhere nearby.
Now, one last question, at least from me. Would werewolves still have like a pack mentality where they would look to bond with other wolves? Like, would they seek out to go with other wolves? Or would they have more like a lone wolf kind of attitude?
It depends on the individuals, because there are tribes in different lands. On Kortos, they're not especially common, and there's not enough of them for them to band together in tribes. In some other lands, like Ustalav and other places, there are tribes who purposefully induct others into them, like infect them with lycanthropy. In isolated areas, it's usually going to be a single werewolf, and either they purposefully kill people or lose control and kill people. And the loners do tend to bond with mundane wolves.
Okay, that's good to know, because it might help, like, prioritize where we might look for, where to be, like, aware of an encounter, potentially.
You're not especially likely to encounter them in the swamp, but if you see any signs, wolf tracks would be a conspicuous sign. The wolves don't come down this far south very often.
Okay. That's one thing to start looking for then as we're doing our, as we investigate.
What else do you want to do in town?
Sell stuff.
Literally take a rest. We gotta sell stuff. Anything we have to do with the thirsty alpaca?
Should we eat lunch? It's a good place to eat lunch.
We never did really search through those ruins at all, right?
Yeah, y'all went and searched the ruins.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, up north. I don't think we found anything of that opened up any quest or anything.
Yeah, y'all went and poked around the ruins for a little while, and just found signs that it looks like it collapsed from underneath.
We're trying to figure out if something was tunneling in.
Yeah, y'all didn't find anything definitive, but that there wasn't a fire or anything, just a sinkhole or something like that could have happened.
Oh yeah, but I thought you meant the ruins that were up north, up near past the Druids. Aren't there these ruins that go up to this road? Or did we not do that?
On the map,
Yeah.
the ruins in the top left corner is the Gauntlet.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember investigating the ruins that could have been a collapse. And they never did find the body of the person who owned that, right? Who was the proprietor.
Nope.
It was the only body that they didn't uncover. Everyone else, I think, was accounted for.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else y'all want to do around town?
I want to see about getting a chunk of metal suitable for the needle dart spell, either ore, silver, and cold iron. I don't imagine it'd be, I don't know what other types of stuff to it.
If I have the formula for silver salve, what would be the process of me starting to create some silver salve that I could share with the party?
If you want to create permanent versions of that, it's downtime over a few days to make permanent versions. But if you have the formula, you can just whip it up with versatile vials.
Okay.
Or you can make, your items that you make that last for the whole day. They make some silver salve with those.
Yeah.
You can swing by Blades for Glades and ask him about getting scrap metal for different things. Some scraps of cold iron shouldn't be hard to find. Any silver is probably going to be a little harder to find because it's going to be sold off for jewel crafting.
I do have a bunch of silver coins.
You also do have a bunch of silver coins that you could easily use.
I have 123 silver coins. So some silver, whatever you need.
Like a single silver coin would work just fine for that casting.
Oh, okay. I will subtract that, yes.
I mean, you could, if when you cast the spell, you could just have a silver coin in your hand and the spell would shape it into nibbles.
Okay. Well, that works.
Yeah.
How much
magic.
for? Yeah. How much for a chunk of cold iron?
Let's see.
Now the silver coin, it'll work for a spell, but it won't work for the purposes of weapons, right?
No. For alchemy, you don't need any coins for that. You could just use your ingredients and look that up.
Okay.
Yeah, and this particular spell that I'm using basically turns the material into it and counts as the weapon for damage purposes.
Right.
You can hear the Sims music in the back. I feel like
What's up?
I was just hear the Sims music. I just keep thinking that Christine is playing Sims up front, but she's not.
That is actually Mario music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's from, I think, Mario 64.
Oh, wow, it sounds a lot like just some of the random music in Sims.
I think I've heard a commercial once that uses Sims music too. I wonder if they use some open source music, like some creative license.
This song is... What is it?
Ow.
Is this for... Yeah, Mario 64. It's Dire Docks.
Okay.
Yeah, my entire playlist I have for all these games is all from video games. All right, a chunk of cold iron that would last you for a few castings and be just light bulk is 10 gold.
And gold.
Awesome.
The spell says that the metal is returned to me each time, so I don't have to use it up. 10 gold. I have... I guess I do have that.
Oh, you're rich.
Well, I have 6 gold and I have 123 silver.
Oh, fair enough.
I
I
assume
assume it's 10 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll buy a chunk of that. Then drag my silver.
Put it on your sheet.
Yeah.
Cold iron chunk.
Yeah, it's one of those things like you're not going to notice that you have it until you need it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you don't have it, it's like, well, shit.
Yeah. I might as well get it. Well, hold on again. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a good versatile spell for being able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much all the
We just
all the
got
shopping
shopping
area, I
off
guess.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carmon will be like, what do you want cold iron for?
What's the matter? You have it or not?
Yeah. Weird kid. As long as you got the money.
I do.
Any more junk you want to sell while you're here?
Yep.
Yep, we got a bunch.
All right. Well, lay it out.
I don't think we want to sell the actual potency and runes and this like armor rune. But we would probably need to get it off the Warhammer. Do you want to keep the Goblin Doll, Flim?
Yes.
You should put that on your sheet then.
Okay. Let's do that.
Do we need to take the runes off the party sheet?
I can set them aside. Sold.
Okay. I think there's also Fear Gem. What is that?
That is a talisman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It's actually pretty nice. I could potentially use it with my action economy at some point. Because there's some turns where I have like a free action, right?
Yeah, then you should take it. Bloodstone. Oh, it's just a stone.
Save it for like a big bad.
Yep. That would be useful. Although, to be fair, like every other creature we fight is a big bad, so.
They're pretty rough in here.
I mean, does anyone else want anything in the list, or are we just going to sell everything other than the three magical runes?
Let's see. We have the silver statuette.
I mean, we can get them put on stuff, right?
The silver statuette, is that high enough grade silver that someone could
put on your crossbow,
get
right,
it
Dave?
converted
I mean,
into
we
a
can.
weapon?
But we still have one rune and the slick armor rune left.
The statuette is just like a little art piece y'all can sell for money.
Okay.
Is there a limit to the number of runes you can put on armor? Can you only put one on?
Yeah, one. They also have similar to like striking runes for armor. There's resistance runes.
Gotcha. Yeah, this like armor doesn't seem that useful.
I mean, we don't have anything to it competes with, and we can always take it off later, so it's not like it hurts to put it on now until we have a...
Destroyed. The stone is destroyed when it's transferred onto armor. So I don't... Can you pull it back off?
I thought you could.
The rune just transfers over.
Okay. So you can't put it on, take it off.
Sure. Yeah, rune stones are consumable. So when you transfer the rune off of the stone, it destroys the stone.
But we can buy another rune stone and get the rune off our armor later if we want to replace it with something else, correct?
Yeah, you can, but it costs to transfer the rune to the stone. So at that point, you might as well just hang on to the item.
Right. And you need a smith, I'm sure, to transfer it.
In game terms, rune stones are basically a cost-effective way to like have runes as treasure, and not put them on an item, so you have to pay to transfer them off.
It's also, it's like, you don't give, like, necessarily a +1 plate armor, right? You give a +1 rune, and the party can decide what armor it's applied to.
Yeah, it's a little more rare than finding them on weapons or armor, but
Right.
they're a way to transfer runes around. But so like basically you could pay a rune stone costs 3 gold, and then you can pay the cost of just the rune to put a rune on the stone.
Gotcha.
And then it covers the cost. It doesn't cost anything to transfer from the rune onto a thing.
Yeah, what I was saying, I like the idea of having, like, rune stones that you find already enchanted, because it gives the players versatility on, like, how to disseminate it across the party.
Alright, so I got the weapons in the half plate. You'll just want to sell those off.
So
Yeah, I would say so.
no one
If
can
we
use
can't
that.
use heavy armor, then yeah.
Okay.
You also apparently got rid of all the gems.
Yeah, I sell those separately because those sell at 100%.
Okay.
Ooh, fancy.
So let's see.
That makes sense.
That piece of jade and the silver statue. So 100.
Does our treasure create bulk for us? And if it does, should we change it from, like, silver to gold?
Technically yes, but I'm not tracking closely.
Okay, good.
So,
I guess, how long does it take to get a rune put on a weapon?
I think it's actually like a day.
Yeah, a day, about 8 hours.
I think we're spending the night here, or day here, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I will pay to have the rune from the Warhammer put onto the crossbow.
Sure. I think we have just a rune.
We have a +1 Warhammer, yeah, but we're not going to keep the Warhammer, right? I would assume the potency rune is easier to lug around than the Warhammer one, and then we can just sell the Warhammer afterwards.
Yep, fair enough. That's if he has a rune that he can transfer it onto for us.
I think you can transfer it directly from weapon to weapon, right?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
So-
nice. Good.
Yeah, so you leave him the Warhammer. Let me see what the Warhammer is. Plain Warhammer is 1 gold. So if you pay 30 silver and trade the Warhammer in, you can get the rune transferred to another weapon.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me just figure out it.
Here, I'll just transfer this money.
You said 30 silver?
Yes, 30 silver.
I have 30 silver, I have 49, so back down to 19 silver. Alright, so 30 silver and the Warhammer. Done. I guess I will update the crossbow. Somehow.
Find your crossbow on your sheet. Here, make sure we've got +1. Item bonus +1. +1 item bonus, there you go.
And we still have a potency rune for you once we get you your wrap thingies.
All right. Is there anything else y'all want to do around town or retiring for the evening? Y'all stop and get some food.
Yeah,
So y'all grab some lunch early on in the evening. As the sun starts going down, the lumber crews and the fishermen start pulling back into town, and town fills up and the inns fill up quickly. Y'all grab some dinner. Anything else for this day y'all want to do around town?
Unless I want to go out to my
Family's house.
family's.
Estate.
I think it'd be worth it, honestly.
Yeah, I guess to ask. Yes.
Because if not speak with Dad, maybe it's something less powerful, like just some divination. If we can use something from the body that we can use to try to track down or use as like a compass, a magical compass. Which we can then go and ask if there's anything we can get from one of the other missing members that we could use for trying to use for like tracking or something. I don't know what magics are out there. That's not my forte. Mine's more alchemical concoctions.
Alright, so after the sun goes down then, Reese is on his way out of town. Where is everybody else hanging out at? Around.
I'm normally at the Druid Circle when we stay in town.
Yeah, I think I have the lodging near the marketplace. Since I operate a shop outside there. I think I live in like someone's basement. If I remember correctly.
You can get some more alchemy
Oh yeah.
recipes, probably.
Yeah, I could actually. That might not be a bad idea.
So, Reese and Krull will be the first ones to notice something strange happening around 8 o'clock at night. Okay. Since y'all are up higher than everybody else in town. It's maybe half an hour after the sun has gone down, so it's pretty dark out. The moon's decent bright, but there is a flash of light that comes from the direction of the gaunt light.
Ooh, okay.
Kraldrock being the closest one there, you can feel the ground shake a little bit. And everybody around the stone ring pond stops and stares out into the fog fin with this bright blue glow coming from the swamp. Reese, from where you're at, you can see it through the trees. As y'all are watching, everybody else is kind of inside taking care of business or like winding down for the evening. So for where the two of y'all are standing, you can see from the top of the gaunt light a beam of light fire from the cupola towards the cemetery at the southern edge of town.
Oh. Oh my.
Well, as soon as I see the beam, I'm gonna start heading towards the cemetery.
Once that bright beam flashes out there, it lasts for a few moments. Flim and Thorin and Balin, from where y'all are at, the windows on the western sides of those buildings light up a bright blue color for a few moments, and y'all recognize that as the same color as the lighthouse.
Yeah.
So y'all step outside, and the beam has faded by then, and it's very quiet for a few moments, and then you start hearing screaming from the west.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think the worst case scenario here is the graveyard is now undead.
I guess we get to go kill someone dead tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I think we need to investigate now.
Well, I mean next game. I don't now.
You're like, we'll go to sleep.
That's somebody else's problem.
We'll take care of this tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with undead at this hour of the night.
Y'all take a few minutes to scramble and get your armor and weapons again. Crawl and Reese, I assume y'all are heading that way.
Yeah.
Crawl's gonna be the first one down by the northern gates. A few minutes later. And there are a couple of the Pharasman priests out there who seem to be showing like genuine emotion for the first time you've ever seen out of them.
Oh.
And they seem freaked out.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's happening?
On a plus note, we might be able to talk to the dead without the spell.
Risa runs puffing up a few moments later behind Crawl, and the Pharasman priests are like locking the gates, and they seem relieved when you show up. Like, we were inside doing nighttime rituals, and that light came and washed the whole cemetery. And it didn't seem like anything was happening for a moment, and then the dead started climbing out of their graves.
All of them?
All of them!
Did you lock the south gate?
No, we were on the north side. There's others on the south side.
Oh, wow.
Do they know?
Y'all can look over the gates, and it's dark in there. You can see a few lights like further in from lamps, and you can see a lot of figures moving around in the cemetery.
So looks like we might be able to get a chance to talk to him after all.
Mm-hmm.
Flim, you can catch up with the dwarves pretty quickly.
And of course, we're
And
closest to the
the
south.
three of y'all,
Yep.
from where y'all are at, you can hear shouts and screams and other loud noises coming from the direction of the Dawnflower Library.
Let's go to the library.
And
Is that within 120 feet?
no, it's further away.
Okay.
As y'all leave the neighborhood on the road heading down there, the Dawnflower Libraries, even at night, is very well lit with like lots of enchantments and everything. So you get a really good view in the dusky evening light as shambling corpses start falling over the edge of the ridge above and impacting on the roof.
Oh god, the ridge.
They're just marching right over the sides and falling on top of the library. Most of them don't appear to be getting up, but some of them are.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask, if the amount of damage from the impact would at least injure some of them.
Seems to be destroying a good many of them, but some of them are getting back up,
Yeah.
and you can see on the switchbacks leading up toward the cemetery that there are some that are falling shorter distances and not getting destroyed. And there is Vandy Vanderdash and another small group of priests are out front, like directing panicked people, and there's a small group of people that runs away from the library into town. And yeah, we will pick up there with the undead hordes from the cemetery.
Well, if there's no more bodies in the cemetery, we can start building on that property then, because it's no longer a burial ground.
I think that there's plenty of other space that they can build.
It might be filled with more bodies depending on how this goes.
Why would you want to put them back there? I say relocate the cemetery.
I mean, yes, a lot of them are mobile, so that makes it a lot easier. But that's still a lot of work.
Yeah, think about all the holes you have to fill.
And redig.
Alright, well, take some notes so Richie can get caught up when he gets back.
Yeah, and I'll share the video too.
Town did town stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, the graveyard was resurrected.
I did
That was
say
not directly our fault, I think.
he posted that it was a Maypop and was amazing, and I said we might have just started the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, I've heard good things about Maypop. I've been wanting to go there.
I have Joe, yeah.
Where's Maypop?
Hey,
what
are you doing?
Is that on Harrison or? Let me see.
Sir, where did you get that?
Because is that by the same people that do Mofo? Is Maypop and Mofo the same? Let me see.
Never heard of Maypop.
And it is.
I haven't heard of it. But...
No, it is
the
on
dog-
O'Keefe and Lafayette. It is in the city proper.
Well, the dog just slapped a toy out of the cat's mouth and stole it from him. He's got one of those like plastic jingly balls, and the cat ran up with it in his mouth, and the dog slapped it out of his mouth and stole it.
Siblings.
All right, so we'll pick up there next time.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess this is a good time for me to stop.
Dave doesn't have a crossbow.
Nope.
Nope, currently do not have the crossbow.
That's fine.
They're usually not too effective against skeletons anyway.
Y'all also did not have enough time to get a full rest.
There might be zombies
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
You did say it was 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's probably only a problem for the spellcasters.
Yep. Yeah, that happened a little bit after nightfall. And the gauntlet itself is still glowing brightly on the horizon.
Isn't it always doing that?
Well, we were wondering what that beam of ghost or whatever did.
Well,
This might be what it does.
Isn't that what the
I mean,
brownie
if it's
said?
me-
It shoots ghost.
yep.
Literally told
Yeah.
us that's what it does.
And I guess the ghosts possess dead bodies and animate them?
Or I mean, we know it's very strong void energy. It could have been so strong that it raised the dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just the void energy. They're obviously focusing it somehow with various mirrors and arcane workings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what lighthouses
Well,
are good
this-
for.
Yeah. We did
This
go up
also
there.
this also kind of confirms the thing for y'all that y'all suspected the fact that the gauntlet lighthouse itself is completely unaffected while the rest of the place is in ruins, and how the stone seems to be indestructible. The gauntlet is probably an artifact itself with lots of powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A huge, massive artifact.
I think we probably need to go there.
Channel energy.
Yeah. I think we're probably gonna have to, because we've gone there during the day, but we might go there during the night.
Well, this is
Well, we're
a
not
good
going
night
there
for that.
tonight.
Not a good night to
Well,
do
no,
it.
no, well, we got something we gotta do first.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going there after we fight all these undead.
Yeah, probably
No.
not.
We'll probably have to. So the question is, after we fight the undead, do we go to bed or do we bury the dead again?
Well, I think we should wait until we see how the fighting undead part. There's a whole thing you missed, the whole section you just skipped over there.
I mean, some of these you can just rebury, the ones that don't get back up, but then you have to haul them back up to the graveyard.
Yeah, we also have to figure out where they go and.
But the new character that you might have to re-roll after this could be a gravedigger.
Yeah, I mean,
it makes sense to have a necromancer on the party now.
Does it?
Uh,
You can't reanimate the already animated, right?
you might be able to take control over it though.
can you dominate them?
Yeah, there's that. And the necromancer would probably know more about what's going on in the Dawnlight, or at least learn new tricks.
Or learn new
for Dawnlight.
Or maybe can
Plus,
even
they
join
might
the
be able to
forces.
heal you.
Might be corrupted by the power that it has.
Or
to offer.
join forces. Corrupted's not the right word. They just decide to go a different way. Career-wise.
Yeah, but
Right.
we also have to worry that Crawl will be corrupted by the power it has to
You're
offer.
right. You're right. Good and evil is just perspective.
The game doesn't have alignment.
That's how.
I mean, good and evil are a thing even in places that don't have alignment.
I mean, if you were brought up evil and that's all you knew, are you evil?
I mean, it depends on what sort of by like morality that you ascribe to, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say for like D&D purposes, because it is based on your actions, you would be probably taking evil acts, like even if it is culturally appropriate to like,
Yeah, you were just brought up in an evil
enslave
culture.
and murder
You're
people.
still evil.
Right. Yeah, you're still committing evil acts. Now, I think there is a conversation about like, the subjective morality of like acceptable behavior and stuff like that. But
Yeah, exactly.
the D&D,
Like, oh, you just enslaved them. You
that-
didn't kill them.
Right.
You're a good guy.
Right.
The taking alignment out of the equation did a lot of good for Pathfinder, because there's a lot of places where morally gray and morally dubious stuff becomes very interesting because it's the law of the land. Like there's a kingdom called Cheliax whose leadership all signed infernal contracts with Asmodeus, and it's basically a country. Yeah, it's basically a country of devil worshippers.
So, like most senators and congressmen and politicians.
Yeah, something like that. But like the state religion in Cheliax is Asmodeus worship, but like there's a lot of people who don't agree with that, and
That's fair. They're probably actually better than most congressmen.
yeah,
Senators, because you can actually, because they
at
will
least
actually
they
keep
believe in
to their
something.
word.
At least they have an ethos.
They have an ethos, and they will keep to their word and obey the laws that are written.
say what you will for the tenets of National Socialism, but at least it's an ethos.
I mean,
Yeah.
Fucking nihilists, man.
I still think that alignment is a useful tool to help guide behavior and like short-term goals, or like for sort of predictability, I guess. Like you can kind of, I mean, it's basically like the Myers-Briggs or something like that. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
but I think Meyer-Briggs has more granularity. I mean, I can understand
sure,
if you
yeah.
try to apply
There's-
a coordinate system, though. Like,
I mean,
but
there's
yeah.
also D&D worlds that alignment is a actual like essence of the universe.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
so it's not just a
it's a
Yeah,
physical.
or
It might as well be a
It is
physical
an
property.
objective- It
there's
is an
objectively evil, there's objectively
Yes.
good,
Yeah,
and so on. So these things are found in some D&D worlds.
Yes, they are like good and evil and even neutrality are objective forces in the world.
yeah,
So, and like you can think that you're really good, but if you are still acting and doing evil things, you are still evil, and some things will legitimately have a different effect on you because
Oh, yeah.
you are a shitty person.
I would think
Yeah.
in the real world it's the same way. Like if you ascribe to, say, for instance, Christian beliefs, they believe, like for instance, angels are objectively good entities, and demons or devils are objectively
But
evil entities. And the thing
Angels
about
are
free
not
will,
objectively good entities in Christianity. They are messengers of God. That not means that they're good.
Because
because that they're
Lucifer's an angel.
messengers of God,
Yes.
they're seen as divine entities.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's because
But he's right, because Lucifer is an angel.
A
Yes.
fallen angel, right?
Well,
Well,
he
not
started
even-
as an angel,
the
but then he
angel of-
fell.
the angel of death, the one who killed all the firstborn, is also an angel. He's
I
not
think that
fallen.
they.
But I think the
I
big
think
thing
there's
is
a-
that
a-
humanity then has the free will to be able to be pulled from one objective space versus the other.
But there's a reason why "be not afraid" is their favorite thing to say to humans.
Fucking terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so like for immortal beings in D&D, then alignment is prescriptive.
Yeah, a lot of
whereas
outsiders
the
don't have
useful thing
freedom.
there is descriptive. Yeah.
A lot of outsiders
And
don't have
I
freedom
would
of,
say that the
choice.
biblical angels are probably lawful neutral.
Yeah.
They just enact the laws of the of their boss, basically, and they don't have any particular feelings about it. They're just basically just kind of
Do their job.
I know, and the thing is, you
Yeah.
get different interpretations. You have the biblical angels from the Old Testament, and then you get like the Christian detailing of them in lore that has come thereafter. Like the ones that appear in front of the saints, for instance, that appear in more of like the Catholic works and not the Old Testament.
Yeah, Old Testament stuff is much more about like law versus chaos than it is good versus evil.
Because the depiction of
They
angels has
reframe the
certainly
narrative a lot.
shifted. The depictions of angels have certainly shifted once, like, the narrative came from doctrines that came out of, like, Rome.
Yeah, if you boil the alignment system down to like good is basically like altruism and self-sacrifice, and evil is selfishness and not caring about the pain that you do, Yahweh kind of falls somewhere in the middle there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Much more about the rules than the intentions behind those
Of
rules.
course. Yeah. And not so you get the message about love. Where
I mean,
it
Catholicism is all about shame and guilt.
yeah.
It's literally what it's built on.
Mm-hmm.
Not you should help your neighbor. You should feel guilty about not helping your neighbor.
Right.
Well-
If y'all are done, I'm gonna shut Fantasy Grounds down.
Oh, yeah, I should start
Yep.
recording, too.
Yeah, let's clip that bit about Christianity out right off the end.
Yeah.